What's up to Seth, Lewis, Scott, Drunken Jedi, and that's it. And it's Frankie with an IE, Drunken Jedi. But we'll forgive you because we know that you're drunk and a Jedi. Lewis, John told me via email that you filmed this weekend. Yeah, we did. We filmed yesterday. And we're actually going to edit one of the videos now. We did 4 episodes yesterday. We did one that was a bunch of butter substitutes, which we're going to edit today. One that was a bunch of milk substitutes. Amy's Frozens, and Chef Carlin's food service, Max. And then we also did a Juntin' Around Outdoors, so we got a lot of shooting in. Workist Earth saying, hey man, hi everybody. All right, so this is for people who either want to, you're welcome to ask me questions anytime. We can just kind of shoot the shit, hang out on a Sunday. Talk BoxMac, talk Red Cow, talk anything you want, talk baby. Anything you'd like. But for the most part, I'm just going to kind of do my thing here and edit a BoxMac like I do. If you've never seen, we've done streams in the past of BoxMac edits. I think I did there was like a vegan one that I edited live. That was a lot of fun. And I promised I would do it again someday, and I have to edit these anyway, so I might as well hang out with you guys while I do it. Lewis really wants to know, have you gotten some sleep? What do you mean? Because I have a baby, or like why? Yeah, I slept. I slept last night. We shot yesterday morning, so it's been 24 hours. And I hope everybody saw the 4th of July episode that went up today. That was a. Oh, hey Andrew, thank you. Appreciate it. The baby is just over yonder, feeding currently. But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the 4th of July episode. That one actually took quite a bit of work to coordinate and get together. We had invited a lot of people. Not everybody showed up. Ultimately, I think Ashley, we have her to thank because she really brought her A game with the stuff, and Angry Kirby, of course, that was really cool. So, all right, let's just dig in here. So I have 2 tracks of video. This is what we normally do. There's this top track, which is the wide, and there's this bottom track, which is the not wide. And you can see that the not wide is here on the bottom one. This, audio is down here, video is up here, and the wide is up here. I currently have that the wide muted. I never really edit with the wide. I kind of reincorporate the wide shot into the edit kind of after a first pass. Now this is 37 minutes of raw. That's how long we were shooting for. Those normally edit down to about anywhere between 11 and 15 minutes. Depends kind of how much chuffa there is. You're all going on here. Has Nina gotten sleep mainly? I hope she's doing okay. Yeah, having a kid's tough, but she's doing fine. 4th of July was great. Just watched 4th of July episode. I thought it was great. EJ had a great idea with his Mac. Yeah, dude took it all the way home. I was about to watch, so I'm hyped. Cool. Well, you can watch after the stream, I guess. I'll probably do this till like 3 p.m. Eastern. Saw the episode last night. Who on earth was that girl with Kirby? Yeah, you asked that in the comments. Have you not figured out that it's clearly his girlfriend by virtue of the fact that they were getting kind of like cuddly and stuff? Yeah, he showed up with a chick. So that's Donnie, his girlfriend. All right, so back to this. So these aren't synced yet, right? So those are the 2 cameras, and they have their synced the audio that was recorded with them. But then there's also the audio file that that Zach records. And that's here. And you can see that there's 4 tracks that comes with that because it's a 4-track recorder. But not all tracks are used. Depends how many people, if there's 4 people on screen, then all 4 tracks are used because there's a microphone per track. But in this case, it's a standard John and Frankie episode, so we will only need the top 2 tracks. You can see the audio waveform that proves that those are the 2 tracks. I'm going to link those back up together. Hey, how has Kirby got a girlfriend? He seems so awkward and lonely. Well, that's not very nice. Everybody needs love. He's obviously not lonely. He found a chick, right? So that sounds like some peaked audio right there.
Tried some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
Wow, that's incredible.
Frankie, we're going to try to...
Oh, for a minute there, I thought it was already perfectly synced, which would be very unusual. So we always clap at the beginning of episodes, so I'm looking for the clap. There it is. So I want that first frame of clapping. Hear it? Drunken Jedi is right. Funny dudes normally have girlfriends. It's true. Just look at Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. They're kind of your original examples of that. Lewis, you're like in 8th grade. There's no being lonely in 8th grade. There might be, you might be sort of forlorn. You might be longing for a girlfriend, but you'll as long as you're not super awkward, you'll be good. So these camera angles aren't even synced up yet, so I got to get those synced first. So I'm gonna look for the clap on one track, and this is kind of just how we do it. There it is. So I cut there, and then I'm gonna do the same for the wide.
Yes.
We ready to I am. Rolling. Oh, yes, rolling.
There it is. So there they all are, all lined up. And now, when I unmute all of them, they should all sound synced together.
We're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
Sounds good to me. So one thing that's kind of strange I've found is that you sort of have to, like, see how there's a cut, every on an interval here? That's because the camera only records the files in certain chunks, and they have like a few frames off. And when you're syncing the entire thing, you sort of have to do a quick verify through the whole thing. So I'm going to do that now.
No, I don't. Frankie, but... I don't want... I went to the super...
So what I'm listening for is any kind of audio drift. Plus, I'm sure it's somewhat an act. Made a website about box at my class hates me now. Lol, I think Kirby humor is funny. I get it. It's Tim and Eric style stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Market literally next door.
I don't think Angry Kirby is quite the guy he presents, in his character. He's better than that.
The next episode, we're going to substitute it for the milk. Yeah. So you'll get to see it in... I have no idea. I've never had... I think both of these are going to turn out just fine.
Do you hear that there's kind of like a little audio drift there, slowly? Yeah, so that's, we have to solve that by trimming one frame. And this is every time we edit an episode, or I edit an episode. This is the process, guys.
Sour cream, I think, is going to be the most different, but
I think it'll be rich. Introduce this,
and
I think we may have gotten the same outdoor model.
we'll timestamp that here.
Yeah, you can cut it out if you want.
No, that's fine.
So I can hear the drift again. And a lot of editing is tedious, guys. I'm sorry to say.
100 amp, folks.
Only 100 amp, Frankie. That's not enough power for anything.
No.
Hey, Mac Day.
Oh, just...
I'll have you know, I just saw John. We just went to the Chinese buffet together with the baby.
Reach powerful before.
No, I've done it lots.
You've done it lots of times, and you've always liked it.
I've always liked it. It's July 1st, and I'm glad we brought our coat. It's Stephen Sherry's birthday.
You'll never reach.
We're gonna put on correctly. This is the key.
No, that doesn't sound right.
I need to take some executive action. We're gonna put on.
So there wasn't as much audio drift as I thought. What are y'all doing? Thanks for doing this. I always like to see the process behind it. Yeah, no problem. I love doing it. Are these 2 Sunday episodes, or are there a Tuesday vid here? I don't know what you're asking. Hi, Delby.
All right. You have to set it up with your mobile phone. It didn't work, so I'm. There. That can go in the medium pot. Okay? Box is available at your retail location.
Yeah. So see how this clip is shorter than all the other ones? That's because EJ cut there. And so we have to sort of resync everything beyond that point.
Exactly. That's the only way I'll be able to get it exactly. Yeah, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be?
It sounds like a lot of drift.
Where are we supposed to write them down? Just on any paper. Things against my phone.
Because the internal clocks on these aren't exactly synced.
In your kitchen, you hang it on like a hook.
It sounds better.
He's PSA about pot safety. Probably the amount of mac you should eat.
No, it doesn't, though, does it?
Yeah, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice to... In your kitchen, you hang...
Nope. Sometimes the really long ones kind of piss me off. A little personal, but did Nina change her diet at all because of the baby? Like, is she no longer... Was she not vegan during the pregnancy? She was vegan the entire time. My wife is with child, but it'll be October, the devil's month. Yes. Halloween baby. Oh, Jedi, I've done utility a few gigs before.
Right, that's actually a good... I tragically do half portions.
Alright, so we have to find...
Banter's pause.
And resume.
Banter's resumed.
Resume.
Banter's resumed. Alright, so...
So I'm looking for like a consonant sound that I can resync with because we didn't clap when EJ cut. This happens all the time.
I have to keep that. Alright, so...
It's the s in so when he's saying so. And now they should be all resynced.
1 year younger. His name was Eric Gay.
Yes.
And, he was on my soccer. Pause.
And resume, baby.
Banter's resumed.
Yes.
And, my friend, they call us Slapjack. He's like, oh yeah, Slapjack.
It's not, there's so much fucking drift. This is like just...
Taking care of the oil. What he was talking about.
What is your favorite Mac? Come on, you know the answer to that. Josh Gallagher, hey, I asked if you could do this over a year ago, and I really appreciate the couple times I've caught these live streams. The editing process is very interesting. Cool. Lewis says, John is me in the future. I want to become the John. I don't even think John thinks that's a good idea.
Pause. Into the pot. I gotta say, the sour cream.
It's pretty flattering, though, right? Like, if somebody said, like, I want to be you when I grow up, Frankie, I'd be like, oh, that's strange, but cool.
Way too loud. And Eric Gay was sitting in the order that I took notes on my phone. You can definitely taste the sour. Harsh, but we did the half bots because no one.
All right, it's not perfect, but everything seems pretty synced to me. So here's what I do next. Yeah, Cracker Barrel, of course, Cracker Barrel, man. Del B says, there's only one Junt, and there will only ever be one Junt. That's right. That's right. So, see, this is a sequence, the thing that we did here. I like to preserve this kind of originally synced one, and so what I do is duplicate it, so I can kind of leave that one backed up, and then I call it edit. And then here it is, and this is the one I'm going to be working with for the most part. And at this point, I don't really need the on-camera audio, so I'm going to replace that with the synced audio. Get rid of that blank space. And if you have any editing questions as we go, just throw them out. Oh, and congrats on baby Frankette, Frankie. Thank you, Jordan. Gloria is her name. Well, no offense, but I'm already on the way to being his weight. No offense to us? Or no offense to yourself?
Frankie, we're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
So you hear that difference? So that's now the completely synced. and this entire track now is synced. And so at any point, I can kind of cut between both cameras, and it's it's all correct. So I'm gonna go in there.
Frankie, we're gonna try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
That looks pretty good, except I see a tripod in the shop. So I'll do it again. Oh, that's probably why EJ asked us to do it again.
Frankie, we're gonna try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
Yeah, that's about right.
Jump Labs. Is a certain kind of episode we do sometimes. Yes. Where it's more experimentation. These are, in fact, my favorite episodes.
Kind of episode we do.
So for those curious, why is it, chipmunk speed or whatever? That's just me watching it fast so that I don't, if you watched everything in real time, it would just add to the amount of time it takes to do this. Have you ever tried Kraft Mac and cheese crackers? I haven't. It sounds interesting. Why the name Gloria? I like how it's different than Gloria Fran. Yeah, I don't know. We love the song Gloria by Umberto Tozzi. It's like an 80s song. I like the name Gloria from All in the Family. I had a coworker named Gloria. I like the name. We thought it was nice. Squee Tube says, shame to catch this literally 5 minutes before going to bed. Have you guys got any plans yet for BoxMac 100? Since it's really not all that far off. It's a good question. Yeah, I have been thinking stuff up. I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be real big. Get hyped. Why does your head turn? I don't know, motherfucker. Why is the sky blue?
Jump Labs. All right. Jump Labs.
Jump Labs.
There's a certain kind of episode we do sometimes.
Yes.
Where we... Jump Labs.
Jump Labs.
There's a certain kind of episode we do sometimes.
Yes. Where it's more experimentation.
Where it's more do sometimes.
Yes.
Where it's more experimentation. More experimentation.
These are in fact my favorite episodes to do. I love playing around. My favorite. And these are in fact my favorite episodes to do. I love playing around with the details of macaroni and cheese like this.
I consider them more experimentation.
These are in fact my favorite episodes to do.
I love playing.
On a Discount Film School episode, you had a guy on who directed a film about a girl. I think his grandmother directed it. Do you remember? And if so, is there any way to watch it? It sounded great. Yeah, you're talking about Doug Bergdorf. Yeah. His grandmother didn't direct it. She funded it. Yeah, exactly. Doug is a really talented filmmaker. I don't know that movie is available for wide release yet. I don't think it is. I think you're talking about Damsel. But you can, if you search for Douglas Bergdorf, or it might be Doug Bergdorf, Burgdorff, on Vimeo, you can see all kinds of Doug's work on Vimeo. And if you're a fan of Abo the Hue Monkey, Doug shot that movie.
To do. I love
playing around with the details of macaroni and cheese like that.
I consider them Sunday premium content.
Sunday premium. Sunday plus plus.
Sunday plus plus.
Yeah. Plus plus.
Sunday plus plus.
Main event type stuff. It's kind of like The Ring.
It's kind of like a narrative TV where they get an order for 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And there's a certain budget for the whole season.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of underdo certain episodes.
Episode 7 is really
And there's a certain budget for the whole season.
Yeah. And it's really episode 7.
Do certain episodes.
Episode 7 is really it costs as much as 4 of the other ones.
Even though for the
viewer, the cost of an HBO subscription is the same. So the cost is the same. It's free. Today you're getting Sunday Plus. That's right. Sunday.
The cost is the same. It's free.
It's free.
Today you're getting Sunday Plus.
That's right. Sunday Plus Plus for you today.
So what you're seeing me do right now is just sort of go in and pluck out anything that makes the jokes or the humor or even if it's just informational what we're saying, anything that kind of just adds unnecessarily to the time. I think that's why BoxMacs tend to be kind of tight and kind of hopefully lucid the entire time, is because I try to cut out anything that kind of makes it less funny. Or, basic editing, I suppose.
And not just this.
This is part one of a two-parter. And don't worry, we're gonna.
And not just this. This is part one of a two-parter.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we're gonna eat lots of mac in both.
So much so, Frankie. So much Mac that you had a so much so, Frankie. So suggestion early in the week.
Yeah.
On Slack that said, why don't we cook half boxes? And I said, oh no, it's too much work.
Work to divide the mac.
Oops.
Suggestion early in the week. Boxes. And I said, oh no, it's too much work to
Andrew K. Is that the same Andrew K. from Raynham? You should do an Indian Mac episode and end with a Bollywood 10 segment. This sounds funny.
divide the Mac.
And I did it. Really? Yes. I originally, you can see I have 8 boxes here. And today we're using.
I originally, you can see I have 8 boxes here, and today we're using a slightly different way. We're using Great Value 3 cheese, which is a rising star in my Mac library.
Yeah.
I go to it now instead of Kraft 3 cheese.
I go to it now instead of Kraft 3 cheese.
Because it's good and cheap.
It's not that much cheaper, to be honest.
Well, why are you going to it then instead of Kraft 3
Because
cheese?
I really like the way it cooks up.
More than Kraft 3 cheese?
A little bit.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on this episode. It's a pretty big deal.
Stop every.
Do-do-do-do. I'm currently getting a Facebook message from somebody, Ben White, big fan, showing me some kind of crazy new Cracker Barrel that I've never. Oh my goodness! It's called the Single Bowl. Wow, you heard it here, folks. I had never heard of that until now. That's crazy. That is madness. And you saw me all witness it at the same time. Bacon pancakes left everybody wanting more. I don't know that I released that that loop snippet. Some people were pissed. They were like, "What is this?" I thought I was going to get a whole show.
Nah.
I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on this episode. It's a pretty big deal. Stop everything.
I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on this. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on this episode.
It's a pretty big deal. Stop everything. New show.
No.
Everything. New show.
No.
Stop everything.
On this episode.
It's a pretty big deal.
Stop everything. New show. No. We've had Kraft 3 cheese before lots of times. We've always liked it. The Kraft 3 cheese is very good. I think we're going to have to pit these two against each other.
But Kraft 3 cheese is very good. I think we're going to have to pit these two against each other.
Someday, maybe.
Unless we already have.
Someday, maybe.
Unless we already have. No, I don't think so. Not head to head. I think we threw this in on top of like a Japanese. Yeah, we slipped it in. Like, oh, new Walmart bag.
So to be clear,
So you see where that just kind of went nowhere, so I'm cutting it.
so to be
And I think it's going to be obvious to the audience that we cut the portions in half, so I sort of have to make sure that we explain that we're doing
part.
that.
And don't worry, we're going to eat lots of mac in both.
So much so, Frankie. Boxes here. And today we're using a slightly different way. We're using
Yeah, so that's all explained in here, and I have to sort of...
so much Mac that you had you had a suggestion early in the week.
Yeah.
On Slack. Suggestion early in the week.
Or like he mentioned Slack. Like we belong to a Slack chat channel together. There's no reason to reference that in the actual episode, so I'll cut that.
On Slack. That said, why don't we cook half boxes? And why don't we...
Even just him saying that said, well,
Why don't we cook half boxes? And I said, oh no, it's too much work to divide the Mac. And I did it.
Really?
Yes. I originally, you can see I have 8 boxes here. And today we're using a slightly different way. We're using, no, it's too much work to divide the Mac. And I did it. Slightly different way. We're using great value. We're using slightly different way. We're using, and today we're using.
So that should work. So here's a fun little trick for, see how, as I cut, I sort of lift pieces from the edit. So you cut sort of inside jokes. Yeah, I mean, unless there's like some inside jokes I want to bring to the audience. So if there's like sort of a curt or brief description of them, I'll definitely let those run. But if it's a reference that just makes no sense to anybody but us, yeah, I totally cut it. And so you got to be conscious of that sort of stuff. If you lay a track across the top, and then you lift all of this stuff, then you'll just be left with these blank spaces, and then you can do a ripple delete. And now it's all kind of collapsed. So you can sort of start to, I've got, I guess, kind of like a rough cut of the first minute and 10 right now.
Frankie, we're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
Junt Labs.
Junt Labs.
There's a certain kind of episode we do sometimes.
Yes.
More experimentation.
These are, in fact, my favorite episodes.
I consider them Sunday premium content.
Sunday Premium, Sunday Plus Plus.
It's kind of like a narrative TV where they get an order for 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And there's a certain budget for the whole season.
Yeah, episode 7 is really like,
Yeah.
it costs as much as 4 of the other ones.
The cost is the same. It's free.
It's free.
Today you're getting Sunday Plus
That's
Plus.
right. Sunday Plus Plus for you today.
This is part 1 of a 2-parter.
Yeah.
And don't
That
worry,
could be tighter.
free.
It's free.
Today you're getting Sunday Plus
That's
Plus.
right.
Just cut it to him saying that's right. Because what he says after that is sort of redundant.
Free.
It's free.
Today you're getting Sunday Plus
That's
Plus.
right.
This is part 1 of a 2-parter.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we're going to eat lots of mac in both.
So much so, Frankie. You had a suggestion early in the week. Why don't we cook half boxes? And I said, no, it's too much work to divide the Mac. And I did it. And today we're using a slightly different way. We're using great value 3 cheese, which is a rising star in my Mac library. I go to it now instead of Kraft 3 cheese.
Because it's good and cheap.
It's not that much cheaper, to be honest.
Well, why are you going to it then instead of Kraft 3
Because
cheese?
I really like the way it cooks up.
More than Kraft 3 cheese?
A little bit.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on this episode.
It's a pretty big deal. I think we're going to have to put these two against each other.
Someday, maybe.
So to be clear,
Yeah, so you can see it's starting to come together a little bit. That's the amount we're up to for now. On episode, you should just do that in silence and start the episode.
so to be clear, when we say butter substitutes,
Yeah.
we don't...
So I'm just going to keep editing. You guys keep chatting.
When we say butter substitutes,
Yeah.
we don't mean like a
Like,
vegan...
I can't,
See all the, cut all that out.
yeah.
We don't mean like a
Like-
vegan...
Like, I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, right.
Except in one case, but we'll get to that.
We're talking...
But we'll get to that.
We're talking about what you...
Except in one case, but we'll get to that.
We're talking about what you might, well, I guess we'll see, try to cream up your Mac. That's right. And about what... We're talking about what you might, well, I guess we'll see.
Brian Mahoney says, Frankie, hello. Hi, Brian Mahoney.
Yeah.
Try...
Jeannie asks, how's the baby? Well, she's in her little seat right now. She's doing great, though. She's a lovely little coconut. If you guys aren't subscribed to the Facebook page, you should first of all do that. Red Cow Entertainment. And I just posted last night a cool album of me and EJ and Zach and John with the baby. So kind of fun.
To talking about what you might, well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Try to cream up what you might.
Yeah.
Try to cream up your Mac.
That's right.
Instead of butter. Try.
try to cream up your mac.
That's right.
Instead of butter.
Yeah.
And then when I talk about a part 2, we're going to do the same kind of experiment but with milk.
With milk, with the liquid portion instead of the semi-solid portion.
Yeah. Because but with milk.
With milk.
But with milk.
With milk. With the
because milk and butter, I think we all just have decided it's a given.
Yes.
You know,
what the box says.
But how,
what the box says.
How do we know that there isn't something that we've decided it's a given?
Yes.
That how do we?
I think she's cute too.
How do we know? Oh, that there isn't something better out there.
That's right.
Or that something like water instead of milk is all that much worse.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We have no idea.
Have we tried it?
No. Have you? Have you at home tried this?
They didn't try it.
No, they didn't try
They're grossed out by the concept.
That's right.
You know why? Because they belong to a cult. A cult of milk and butter.
Well, that was a good little stretch of segment there. I realize there's a significant delay, but you guys did sound like Woody Woodpecker at the time, damn it. No, look, I understand your joke.
So, tell us. He didn't level,
See, Zach has asked us to pause. He wants to verify something with the audio. And EJ has taken the opportunity to get some B-roll.
He didn't. I wasn't super rich enough.
Yeah.
And in that time, so that looks like about the most stable version of that shot. So what I do with shots that I'm going to use later is I just kind of throw them at the end of the timeline. See?
Check.
this is me talking probably a little like
this. Kind of loud, kind of vocal, a little bit.
Is John doing a mic?
Probably a little like this. This is check. This is
Mic check.
This is me talking. Probably a little like this. Kind of loud.
See, I'm getting that B-roll.
Kind of vocal.
a little bit over the top, 10% more than a normal jut, maybe 20%. It's probably the pack switch that we did. How's the headphone feel? Alright, well then it's fine. Yeah, that's okay. I think it's because we...
Yeah, we're not using our normal packs.
Okay.
All right. So tell me about what we're going to replace butter with.
All right. So we've got 4 things. One of which is kind of a reference, right? We're gonna have a kind of a flag in the. One of which is kind of a reference, right? We're gonna have a kind of a flag in the storm. I don't know what the expression.
The flag in the storm.
No.
So that's funny, obviously, but it's not quite tight enough. So now I have to sort of get creative about how to tighten that up.
Expression. Kind of one of which is kind of got 4 things. One of which is kind of a reference, right? We're gonna have a kind of a flag in the storm. I don't know what. We're gonna have a flag in the storm, right? We're gonna have right. We're gonna have a flag. Flag. We're gonna have a flag in the storm. I don't know what the expression.
The flag in the storm.
No,
I don't like a lighthouse on the cliff or something to ground you, right? Lightning rod. I don't know. Normally that's good for this sort of stuff. I don't want to forget what normalcy tastes like.
I don't want to forget what.
Scott Moragoo says, "How much time do you spend filming one BoxMac episode?" The filming goes pretty quick. I mean, this one was 37 minutes. Sometimes they're a little less. Sometimes they're quite a bit more. Depends on the nature of the episode. It's really the editing that takes all the time. As you can see, we've only edited less than 2 minutes, and I've been here since about a half hour. So, and that's just a rough cut, and then we have to do the color correction, the audio mix, the thumbnail, of course, get it all posted, the intro and outro. So it takes a while. And if you do, 4 in a day, and then have to, it takes a couple of weeks to edit kind of the whole batch, and then by the time you're done, they all start airing, and then you got to jump back over and shoot them again, and lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, I don't want to forget what normalcy tastes like.
Sure, yeah. But we're going to do it a little better because we're going to use my favorite butter. Sure, yeah. But we're going to do it a little better because we're going to use my favorite butter. And we've had it on the show before. This is Kerrygold, pure Irish butter.
My favorite, I love this butter. Whenever I make mac now, this is the butter I use.
I love this butter. Whenever I make mac now, this is the butter I use.
We tried it one time on the Nudge Max episode.
Yeah, and that was kind of an unfortunate situation because it wasn't a very good mac.
I wonder how much John pays for that, since he is so cheap. Oh, by the way, I don't. When this does come out many weeks from now, I don't want you guys all bitching that I released a repeat. This is, if you're tuning in for the stream, then you're tuning in for the stream. And if you don't like spoilers, if you don't want to watch a BoxMac episode at a glacial pace while I'm editing it, then maybe tune out.
Right. Today we actually get to sample it with a good mac.
We were just salting poo.
Yes. Good mac.
We were just salting poo.
Yes. All right, so we got that.
Just a minute.
All right, so we got that. Next, we got ghee. Next, we got ghee. This was recommended by someone on Reddit.
Yeah.
A fan said, "Hey, what about ghee butter?" Yeah. So, Frankie, I looked around at a couple places.
I looked around at a couple places I couldn't find. I looked around at a couple places I couldn't find it. You went to the closest supermarket to my house. I couldn't find it. You went to the closest supermarket. The closest. You went to the closest supermarket to my house.
Hey neighbor, congrats, beautiful baby. Oh, Steve down the street. How you doing? Thank you. You'll see her walking around the neighborhood. Scott, do you have any film projects coming up? Well, I want to make some progress in that damn wedding documentary. We've kind of hung that up for a little while, and I'd love to finish that. But I just don't know when I'm going to have the time between baby and keeping up the weekly schedule. I'd love to do more glitter bitches. There's just, I actually have a little running list. Maybe you'd be interested to hear it, of just things I want to do. I have a few guests I still want to have on the show. I would love to, remember the rock guy from Salem? I would love to have that dude do a show with John, or even just a small series with John about some of his rock collection, more of remember his dinosaur turd and stuff. I want to see more of that. I want to do a Boy Meets World retrospective because I was a big fan growing up. We still need to get out to a Cracker Barrel. There's a lot more flea market type stuff I'd like to do. Some of you might know the story about how the random flea market was really receptive to us, as it turned out, and they want us to do more videos, so I'd love to do that. The SNES collection, which we've been teasing forever. I'd love to I'm sure there are some old retail stores like Lechmere and Bradley's that I'd love to profile or talk about with John, or maybe do little sort of mini documentaries on, but the ones that we can't actually visit and do jumps carts in. If you saw the video earlier this week, Nina had this idea for going into crappy cookbooks and trying to cook up just crap. There's of course the 100th episode coming up. There's the tour of Vermont idea. I don't know if one will ever get around to doing that. It's kind of it. EJ and I have a cool idea for a narrative film about speedrunners. With gaming. I'd love to do that someday. I wouldn't expect to see it anytime soon. But those are some of the projects we'd love to do. Oh, and there's the guy who wrote Having Fun Up There, our fourth feature. He's been writing something for me to direct for a while. I don't think he's made much progress on it though. But if he suddenly showed up with a script, I probably would be inclined to run with it some. Oh, Wayne's would be awesome. What's that? All right.
To the closest supermarket to my house. You went to the closest.
Oh, old retail was relatively big viral potential at the moment. Has relative. So much content getting popular, especially with Sears, Kmart, and the Brink. Well, that's good. You said Wayne's World would be awesome? Well, what's Wayne's World got to do with anything, Scott?
You went to the closest supermarket to my house.
Yeah.
Which is 4 or 5 minutes away, and you found it no trouble.
He came back with his tail between his legs. He's like, I can't find any ghee butter. And I went to the supermarket to find any ghee butter. And I went to the supermarket literally next door.
We were ready to make it on the show.
We were just gonna make our own.
Yeah.
And then
which probably would have. We were ready to make it on the show.
We were just going to make our own, yeah. And then which probably would have been a better idea because this 8-ounce container of ghee cost...
This 8-ounce container to make it on the show. This 8-ounce container of ghee cost $13.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, it is pure Indian Foods, 100% organic, grass-fed ghee.
Who's the manufacturer? They claim to be the ghee.
Grass-fed ghee.
Who's
might be a good contender for a thumbnail image.
Who's the manufacturer? They claim to be the ghee people. Pure Indian Foods. Yeah. There's a huge display of it. USDA organic, and supposedly this. I couldn't find it. This is also supposedly dairy-free. Right. It's dairy-free. Well, that's interesting. Which is because they extract it all out, and supposedly it's dairy-free enough that you can use it if you have any dairy problems.
People like it.
Yep. Clarified butter. Clarified butter.
Yep. Supposedly dairy. This is also supposedly dairy-free.
Right.
It is dairy-free.
Well, that's interesting.
This is also supposedly dairy-free. And supposedly it's dairy-free enough that you can use it. Which is, because they extract it, because they extract it all out, and supposedly it's dairy-free enough that you can use it if you have any dairy problems.
People like it.
Yep.
Clarified
enough that you can use it if you have any dairy problems.
People like it.
Yep.
Clarified butter.
Clarified butter. You're going to get into this argument? All right, so. I knew you were going to bring it up. I knew you were going to bring it up. Clarified butter and ghee. Clarified butter and ghee are not quite the same thing.
Right.
Right. You don't believe me at all.
I think that it's dubious. Right.
Right. You don't believe me at all.
You found a distinction. You found a distinction somewhere deep in the internet to try to win this argument.
I just Googled clarified butter BS ghee.
Cracker Barrel for the 100th episode. That would be so much fun. That's a cute idea, but man, I got a way better idea than that for the 100th episode.
But
I guess the number one distinction was whether or not it's caramelized.
Yeah, the number one distinction. I guess the number one distinction was whether or not. The number one distinction was whether or not it's caramelized?
Yeah, so you let the milk fat solids, which separate out once you melt the butter, you let them actually cook a little bit and infuse a little bit of the caramelized flavor of those dairy solids into the butter.
And yet this labeled ghee says nothing about caramelization.
It doesn't at all. In fact, I think this might just be clarified butter.
But it says ghee on it.
I know. The ghee is supposed to be a little darker than this, to be honest.
But it says ghee on it.
That's how you can to be a ghee is.
I'm losing viewers. Am I boring? Jack says, just completely skip episode 100 and go right to 101. Oh, that would be a real trolly move.
Ghee on it.
Ghee is supposed to be a little darker than this, to be honest. Because that's how you can tell. There's the stages of butter, right?
You just taught yourself about ghee recently.
Yes.
You didn't know what it was before that.
Yes. But I can still speak authoritatively on the topic.
All right.
There are 3 stages. Yes. But there are.
Bellboots asks, how long does the color correction take? Not very long normally. It depends how much. Sometimes I struggle with getting it to look right, but yeah, probably 15 minutes, and then I can apply it to the whole thing.
There are 3 stages of butter.
Yeah.
Okay. It took through the entire Wikipedia. 3 stages of butter.
Yeah. He took a night class last week.
Look, I haven't even run this by the crew yet, but what if I told you that my idea for the 100th episode is to just cook the rest of what's in the Hall of Max in one episode?
He took a night class last week on this, and now he's a doctor of it.
The first stage of ghee butter is clarified butter, where you just separate the milk sauce. Second stage.
Steve Gillis wants to know where his hat is. Your hat?
Is ghee?
Yeah, just a little darker. Third stage is browned butter, which is darker still. I see. Okay. Well, so this is just a second stage. Yeah, or it could
Separate the
milk sauce. Second stage is ghee, which is a little darker. Third stage is browned butter, which is darker still. I see. Okay. Well, so this is just a second stage. Yeah, or it could be second or third stage. Who knows? All right. All right. Anyway, enough on ghee. $13 for 8 ounces.
Who knows? All right.
Oh, your BoxMac hat. I understand. Yes. It's in the house.
All right. Anyway, enough on ghee. $13 for 8 ounces.
We got sour cream. I've used sour cream in Mac before, and
we got sour cream. I've used sour cream in Mac before, and I did it on the 4th of July episode.
I'm a believer.
Yeah, I think it's great on the 4th of July episode.
I'm a believer.
I'm a believer.
Yeah,
I think it's great. I'm excited to try it out in a couple of these rolls. We're actually going to do something kind of fun with this one. We're going to do substitute it for the butter. The next episode, we're going to
something kind of fun with this. With this one, we're going to do substitute it for the butter. The next episode, we're going to substitute it for the milk.
Yeah, so you'll get to see it in both rolls. That might be weird. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Wait, can you just remind me, what is sour cream?
Anyway, we'll talk about that. Can you just remind me, what is sour cream?
Just tuning in. What exactly are you doing right now? I know nothing about editing. Editing, says Jordan M. Well, Jordan M. I'm editing an episode of BoxMac. So we have 2 camera tracks. I've synced those up with our external audio track. So we have Zach always recording audio sort of separately, and then we run 2 cameras. Got to sync all of those together. And now I'm just kind of going through and cutting out, see all these gaps that you see? Every time there's a gap, it's because I lifted something out or cut it out. Then you just combine everything and you start to have the edit. Bell Boots, that's a lot of Macs, man. You'll need more cleanup crew, but it'd be awesome to see how much you really have collected. Ben Fedigan says, looking forward to the new episode. A live stream of the editing process is a really cool idea. Yeah, cool. We've done it once in the past, so if you want to watch a recording of one, you can check that out too.
I'm not 100% sure. It's cream that they've added something to.
To make it kind of stabilize.
Yep.
But it's still a full dairy product. It just, but stabilize.
Yep.
Cream, enzyme product.
Hey, Frankie, congratulations to you and Nina on the birth of your baby girl. Thank you so much. Two can play at that. We've been kind of digging it. Nina's sleeping right now because she needs to sleep.
It just says cultured cream, enzyme.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's just something they put in it to kind of...
Is this a way of producing some kind of milk?
Cream, enzyme.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, you acidify the milk, I think, a little bit. You
Ben says, thanks for the shout out. Totally made my day. Look, this is what sometimes our fans don't know just how easy it is to get in contact with us. It's if you get a thrill out of being acknowledged by John or I, especially me, we'll make sure that you don't feel thrilled by it quickly because you'll be so over it so quickly because we'll be like, hi, how are you? Let's be best friends. But cool, that's really sweet of you to say, Ben. So up to this point, we have 4 minutes of footage, and we've edited out about 4 minutes of footage.
This was recommended. You acidify the milk, I think, a little bit. I don't know exactly.
Would you ever eat macaroni again? No. No, it wasn't a very good mac to begin with, and it's just weird sitting there eating dicks.
Oh, wow. You acidify the milk, I think, a little bit? I don't know exactly. The internet can figure it out. Comment below.
I can figure it out. Comment below.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Is it a yogurt-type process? But I don't think it has any live cultures in it. I think it's just a chemical reaction kind of thing. Right.
Process? But I don't... Is it a yogurt...
Bell Boots, you guys are very good to your fans. Oh, that's very sweet.
Is it a yogurt-type process? But I don't think it has any live cultures in it.
I think it's just a chemical...
We're in a cool place where our lack of success has afforded us the ability to talk to the few people who do actually are loyal to the content and watch it. And so that's been, I guess, kind of a benefit of not being a huge YouTube channel as we get to know everybody. Like, yeah, I suppose if there were millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views and tons of comments, like we wouldn't, I recognize most of your names, and I don't think I would otherwise. Eric Partridge, do you like mac with hot dogs in it? Yes. Eric, I can tell that you're a person who hasn't seen every episode of BoxMac. Two Can Play At That asks, Frankie, are you a fan of the show Freaks and Geeks? Yeah, I'm not like a Freaks and Geeks fanatic or anything, but I did one watch through of the whole show. I own it on DVD, and I liked it.
Full reaction kind of thing.
Right. So we're going to call that one Mac Supreme. So we're going to call that one Mac Supreme. Because remember, at Taco Bell, anything they put
sour cream on is a Supreme.
Right. Okay.
Well, there you go.
That's going to be Mac Supreme. And then finally, we have canola.
And then finally, we have canola oil. Let's say things are really bad at your house, and
You don't have any oil.
you don't have anything else. No oleo demelli in your home. Let's say things are really bad at your house. No oleo demelli. No oleo demelli in your home.
So, Eric Partridge says that he's somewhat new to the channel. That means that you guys in the chat can tell him some of the episodes that he needs to make sure to check out. Off the top of my head, I would say Rapid Mac, all of the holiday specials, probably the pirate one. Yeah, you think up some. Jordan says, I don't normally comment a lot, but I've seen every BoxMac and Junt's Cart multiple times. Big fan. Oh, that's awesome. That's the kind of fandom I'm looking for. There's not many of you, but when you're really devoted to our silly little channel, it warms the cockles of my heart.
Demelli in your home.
You get canola oil.
In your home. You get...
Now you've got me thinking about John O'Brien. He's in the chat now. I agree. Just watch all of them. But now you've got me thinking, like, which ones... I feel like kind of everything after episode 50. I feel like that's where things started to pick up quite a bit. For a niche style of content, I'd say this has been quite successful. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I feel Festival Spirals needs context before jumping right in. I agree, Squeetube. I agree. Just because, yeah, right, because the joke doesn't work without the hype, right? Bellboots, Frankie, editing question. Are blockbuster movies just going to get more cuts in them? It seems like it's getting harder to watch them. I'm not sure if they're used to create suspense. Used to create suspense, but it's a lot. I there's some really interesting and intelligent video essays about that sort of thing. The one I would recommend is, if you haven't checked out the YouTube channel Every Frame a Painting, it's this guy that does really awesome, in-depth video essays on visual language, and he did one on Bayhem, Michael Bay's sort of way of telling a visual story, and it's kind of about how, like, you know, in the interest of holding the audience's attention constantly, it's like our visual language has surpassed our ability to actually even consume or make sense out of what we're watching. So I don't know, man. That new Transformers movie came out last weekend, right? And it was the biggest opener in China out of all 5 films. So I think the problem is just going to get worse. Eric could also check out the Shut Up About Annie's videos. Yeah, cool. Seth says more Junt's Cart, please. I love Junt's Cart too. Not only do I love shooting them, not only do I like the actual episodes, I love editing them because they're actually a lot easier to edit than BoxMac, but they're just a little bit harder to coordinate. You actually have to go out to a location. You have to coordinate it with John. It has to be worth going. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to get a camera inside. We've got lots of ideas for different episodes, but I would like to do some as well. You guys need to come out with your own BoxMac Lee's exclusive. Yeah, well, I actually really like the Lee's Supermarket deli one. I'm going to have that on the show sometime. Do we know if Kirby's cooked his 4th of July mac in a bathroom? He better have. I'll go and watch them all after lunch, says Eric. Cool, thank you, Eric. I'm glad you're new to the channel and you're checking out this dopey stream.
You get canola oil that you have
for frying your chicken, so yeah, whatever's. Your Japanese max. That's right. And we're going to try that in place. And I think I've done that once before.
What place? And I think I've done that once before.
If you're interested in editing, one little editing trick is you want to cut sort of on an action, right? So, like, if you don't want to cut in the middle of John turning his head, for instance, or cut in the middle, you know, even if you had consistent audio of like a full sentence, you wouldn't want to cut in the middle of a sentence. Just kind of a rule of thumb. New Ocean State job lot opening in Fairhaven where Shaw's was. Yeah, but we did an Ocean State job lot. Price says, why do you have the old version of Remote Desktop down in your dock? Because that's the one I have a license for. But you're very astute. Should I hide it? Oh no, I'm sorry. You're not talking about Apple Remote Desktop. You're talking about Remote Desktop Connection. Yeah, I should totally upgrade it, but I haven't. Sue me.
I was very young, and I never liked it. But we'll see.
Well, that one I can.
And I never liked it.
We'll see. Well, that one I can basically guess how it's going to go. This is going to be like, what's your prediction, Frankie? Let's talk about predictions. All right, sure. For canola oil, there's going to be the milk there, which is really. Do you think it's going to be an oily mess? And then there's just going to be an oily mess. Yeah, I think so.
It's going to be an oily mess.
Please.
Do you think it's going to be an oily mess?
And then there's just going to be an oily mess.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's sort of obvious.
Okay.
It's going to be an oily mess.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's sort of obvious.
Okay. Oily mess. That's
And
what
then
I
there's
think
just going to be. The ghee butter, I really have no idea. I've never had.
I think both of these are going to turn out just fine.
Because it's butter. Because basically, I mean, the whole idea of ghee is you take out the milk fat solids, but we're adding in milk, which then you're going to re-add some small amount of milk fat solids. So, and then the sour cream, I think, is going to be the most different, but I think it'll be rich. But hopefully the most revelatory. Yeah. So I actually forgot to start the burners, Frankie. So we're going to have to sit here. Oh boy, we could have gotten started and we didn't. But there's only everything today is.
Of ghee is are going to turn out just fine.
Because it's butter.
Because
Super Saxo 94 says, hello. Well, hello to you too. Try going in Dollar Tree again. Use a hidden camera if you need to. Yeah, we totally will. I don't know if you guys saw the Sears appliance one and the CVS Glitter Bitches one. but I actually used spy cam glasses, and that worked quite well. So we'll probably do more of that. Ollie Scully says, "Hi Frankie, love the 4th of July episode today. Your Mac looked terrible." Well, it was regular old Annie's, so if you like that, you're doing good so far. And then it was a bunch of tuna in it, and if you like tuna, you're gonna like it. It's a different strokes for different folks. I did not do it out of advocacy. I did it for the lulz.
Basically, I mean, the whole idea of ghee is you take out the milk fat solids, but we're adding in milk, which...
Then you're going to re-add some small amount of milk fat solids.
So
I've decided that little diatribe he just did about ghee butter is interesting, but probably belongs with him talking about ghee butter.
The first, I'm not 100%... You asked my episode, I'm a $13 for 8 ounces. Clarified butter. All right, anyway, enough on ghee, $13
I've decided it belongs there. Sometimes we throw things a little bit out of order for that reason, just again to make it sort of more coherent, or to bring in, sometimes there's like information in an otherwise cut section. Hey Frankie, hey Jessica, what's up? Andrew, how hard is it to find clips for your sick references? It depends. I mean, if somebody has a 1080 copy on YouTube, it's great. It's nice and easy, nice and quick. A lot of times I don't. I have many times torrented in 1080 entire movies just to get the one clip. A lot of times they're clips that aren't on YouTube, and they're just rattling around in my head. So it's very rewarding to, to go like preserve that clip in some way or share. And a lot of times people remember them. To can play that asks, love your Power Rangers videos. Do you collect toys other than Power Rangers toys? Yeah, sort of. If I didn't have a hard drive connected right now to my computer, I would turn the laptop around and show you the big DVD wall, which has. But I collect Penguin toys, action figures. So like Batman's Penguin, really any incarnation of him, I'll collect. Other than that, I mean, no collections. Just sort of. I've got some Nintendo stuff. I've got some South Park stuff, some Sonic the Hedgehog stuff, some Star Wars, some Toxic Avenger. More Batman here and there. A little bit of Kevin Smith stuff. I've got a really cool Elvira. Yeah. Yeah, I like those Power Rangers episodes too. I was really kind of bummed that more people didn't watch them. They were kind of low viewed. So sadly, that kind of discourages the creation of more stuff like that. But I would love to do more stuff like that.
Canola oil, and I never liked it.
And then the sour cream, I think, is going to be the most different, but I think it'll be rich. So hopefully the most revelatory. Yeah. So I actually forgot to start the burners, Frankie. So.
But
I feel most tuna pasta bake dishes out there are literally tuna mac fancied up. Hard to decide what proteins goes best with mac. To be honest, I agree.
There's only.
Personally, I think just regular old cut up hot dogs in an otherwise creamy mac is the way to go. Corey Vanderme says, Frankie, have you ever thought about buying BoxMac ads? I found the show because I saw a product recall for the Rapid Mac, and Google brought up your episode, and I immediately binged the series. Oh, that's really interesting. I once tried to advertise. I paid advertisement on YouTube, and it didn't seem to attract much attention. I've also done it on Facebook, and it doesn't seem to move the needle much. It seems like collaborating with bigger channels is kind of the big thing, but nobody knows who we are, so that can be hard sometimes. But Bam Lounge, they're a huge channel, and they're big fans of ours, and they gave us a huge opportunity by mentioning us. So I think I've gotten an invitation to be on their show before, so I'd love to go out there sometime, maybe be on their show. Ben says, that's a shame. I love the Power Rangers ones, too. Yeah, bummer, right? Eric, Kraft Mac with tuna is really good in my opinion, and Spirals with hot dogs is good as well. I like Camp, but I think Power Rangers are a bit too much. I think I was too old to appreciate the show. Yeah, I don't think there's one person in all of Generation X, and John O'Brien, I consider you a major representative of Generation X, who's ever liked Power Rangers. So, invalid. I think there's a beauty in having all these videos available for your daughter to see in the future. I agree. I think about that too. And I think the Blu-rays are really kind of cool physical archives of that, where because maybe a lot of you haven't seen the Blu-rays, but they're I take a lot of care to make them like really navigable, so that they sort of one thing leads to the other, and it's all really organized. And yeah, I know nobody watches Blu-rays, but I love those Blu-rays.
So everything today is half portions. Half portions. And this is a half a cheese packet in this little baggie.
Half portions. And this is a half of the macaroni. So we'll just cook one of these, and we're also going to use half, so we'll use an eighth of a cup of milk for each of these. I'm going to measure that out, and then we'll use
only of milk.
The half portions?
Use an eighth of a cup
equivalent of each of these fine products. May I ask why you decided to go with the half portions? Economics? Yeah, well, to be honest, here on BoxMac, we throw out a lot of macaroni and cheese. Like, quite a bit. I mean, because we sample it on the show. If we really like it, we'll have a few bites extra. It goes into the trash. Or early in the shooting day, we'll really eat the first one.
Yes.
And then the rest just starts to get
I'm sorry.
diminishing returns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't really want... The first one, you want some Mac.
This is so far kind of a useless conversation, the one that John and I are having right now.
You kind of, I'm a little peckish for Mac.
And that's why John always tries to bump up on the shooting schedule his favorite type of Macs as the first.
That's right. Today is actually the first day of our shooting schedule.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna use one of my favorite Macs, my number one Mac, in a combination that I know at least 3 of these are gonna be delicious.
Notice the difference in energy. the investment.
I also get a lot more excited. I haven't had anything to eat today. I haven't had breakfast because it's pretty early.
Well,
so
yeah, it's not even 9.
yeah, it's like 8:30.
Oh, peckish. There are lots of days I get to.
Do you ever hide Easter eggs in your Blu-ray menus? I remember that was a big thing when DVD kind of blew up. Early DVD releases of my movies, standard DVD releases of my movies, had, I think, an Easter egg or two. The only one I can think of is on the main menu of How Are We Volume 2, there's an Easter egg. Now, there's something special about physical media. Give it time, people will have nostalgia for it anyway. Yeah, I mean, people collect game cartridges, right?
Lunch without having had anything to eat.
Really? If I do that, I'm hungry for the rest of the day. Really? Yeah. You never sort of catch up.
Never catch up. So if I eat breakfast, I'll eat less for the rest of the day.
Mina, has to rush to food. When she wakes up, she rushes to food.
Really?
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Like, there's just this ravenous pit
that needs immediate filling.
Yeah.
So you can see this is kind of a long segment that I'm cutting out here.
Like, there's just this ravenous pit.
that needs immediate filling. Yeah. Right, let me get some salt in these. Half our standard amount of salt. Half our standard amount of salt, because there's also
Salt in these.
Mm-hmm.
Half our standard amount of salt.
Half our standard amount of salt.
Because there's also half our standard amount of water. In each of these, half our standard amount of pots. No, that's not true. Half our standard amount of water.
in each of these, half our standard amount of pots.
No, that's not true. And this should come to a boil very quick, because there's only 3 cups of water in each pot.
Come to a boil, please.
This is fast.
Did you film After Hours, please? No, we did not film an After Hours, for fuck's sake. Physical Media, a record store opened in downtown New Bedford about 6 months ago. Is that right? Do they sell DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff? John, I remember, John O'Brien, that is, when 10 Pounds came out in, like, 06, I think it was you who alerted me to that cool video store that was on, I want to say, Purchase Street, that had, like, the poster of 10 Pounds in the window. I remember that was super cool. I wish I had documented that in some way. But, of course, they closed soon after.
Water, because...
There's only 3 cups of water in each pot. Come to a boil, please. Fast. Come to a boil, please. Fast.
Come.
Our standard amount of water.
Come to a boil, please. Fast. A boil, please. Fast.
You know, while I'm cutting this footage out, yeah. I was reminded the other day that, remember we were trying to figure out, like, if we ever did the SNES thing, where would we shoot it? We could totally shoot it at the flea market. They would totally let us.
At the flea market.
Like, if you wanted a nice gaming background, you could get one of those gaming booths to let us do it.
Yeah.
They would totally let us do it. That'd be fun. Yeah. Or on a Saturday or something. Yeah. It's a good idea. They're only open once a week. I'm going to start measuring out what we're going to need for the Macs here. Could be more interesting than normal. Yes, measuring is going to be a pain in the butt, some of these. Okay. Talk us through it. All right. So, Kerry Gold recently introduced this.
All right, so... Kerrygold recently introduced this stick form of their butter.
Half the amount of salt.
Normally they put it in kind of a weird foil wrapped 8-ounce thing, but they've got stick form, and I love the stick form.
So it actually
So it
actually has the measurements right on it. Very, very easy to do.
right on it. The measurements right on it. Very, very easy to do. Only need very, very easy on it. Only need. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this, though. The tablespoon things aren't even lined up. What am I supposed to? Tablespoon things, though. Look at this. Look at it.
Fishing with John, I remember that series.
Look at this, though. The tablespoon things aren't even lined up. What am I supposed to do with that?
you have to pay a little more for them to
What am I supposed to do with that?
line up. Pay a little more. You have to pay a little more for them to line up.
You didn't get the most expensive. I didn't get the most premium. All right, they haven't nailed it like Land O'Lakes. Yeah, this is still a new idea for them. John only does Land O'Lakes cheese. I do. I don't do Land O'Lakes.
John only does Land O'Lakes cheese.
I do. I don't do Land O'Lakes butter, except if it's on sale, because the Land O'Lakes butter is very expensive.
What do you butter up? What do you use for butter?
Yeah, it's a fine quality butter, but again, that's a couple steps up. That's a couple steps up the food chain.
I predict high steam this episode.
High steam.
I predict high steam this episode.
High steam. Should I put on the fan? The fan might interfere with the microphones. No.
Give it a shot.
No.
High steam
this episode.
High steam. Should I put on the fan? The fan might interfere with the microphones. No.
Give it a shot.
High steam this episode.
High steam. Should I put on the fan? The fan.
Give it a shot.
It definitely did last time. Too loud.
It definitely. It definitely did last time.
Too loud.
It definitely did last time.
Too loud.
All right, we'll just have to get steaming. Well,
All right, we'll just have to get steaming.
Well, the AC is running. It's not on full blastola, though.
all right, we're have you been setting? So I've while we're boiling, I got ACs in my house.
Yes.
Same types.
Boiling. I got ACs in my house.
Yes.
Same types.
Same type, same manufacturer, same company.
Types.
Same type, same
Types.
company installed them.
Yep. They're not a. It's Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
No, it's not.
No. Fujitsu.
Fujitsu. Thank you.
Yes, that's what I got. I got a Fujitsu as well.
That's what Jem sells.
Fujitsu.
Fujitsu.
Thank you. Yes, that's.
I think we may have gotten the same outdoor model. I just have 3 units on mine. You have 4 on yours.
Right.
I think we may have gotten the same.
It must be a big difference having AC in that kitchen now. Yeah, definitely. It makes it possible to shoot in the summertime. And in my house, oh my God, it's like it makes all the difference in the world, especially having a newborn and all.
An outdoor model. I just have 3 units on mine. You have 4 on yours.
Right. I got one 12K, which I don't think you have any 12K.
We have 2 12Ks.
Oh, you do?
My father has one, and there's one right here.
I have a 12K.
12K, 9K, and 2 7Ks.
I got 12K, 12K, 7K.
Well, a lot of AC technical talk.
A lot of AC.
Well,
A lot of AC technical talk. Everybody hope. What the fuck is it? It's like, what the heck is a 12K? Everybody hope. What the fuck? Everybody hope. What the fuck is it? We'll talk.
No more cooling discs now. I'm sorry.
Everybody. A lot of AC technical talk. What the heck is a 12K?
12,000 BTUs. Folks,
Yeah, I
for
mean,
you at
that's,
home.
that's AC stuff.
Yeah.
But I set mine to dry.
Yep.
I set mine to dry.
Yep.
And it keeps the house nice and cool and,
Yeah.
and dehumidified.
I set mine to cool. Usually in this room I'll set it to 76. I've got it set down to 70 today because, steam and everything. And I set the bedroom one a little lower. Super comfortable. I love it. It was worth it. I'll set it to 76. I've got it set down to 70 today because, steam and everything. Worth it.
Little PSA for the people.
I love it. Super comfortable. I love it.
Super comfortable. I love it.
It was worth it.
Little PSA for the people.
Yeah.
If you don't have central air in your home,
and you live in a hot climate, and you've been combating the heat with shitty window units your whole life, you need to come up with a little bit of scratch and get these ACs because they change your life.
Yes, they're life changing. However, they are kind of big bucks.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
change your life. Change your life.
Less than a central air system, if you're considering that. I mean, I think you priced it and it was about half that of a central air.
Yeah, right. But still, it's a lot of money.
All told, it was 12.
They're way less than a central. They are life changing. However, they are kind of big. They are life changing. However, they are kind of big bucks. It's a lot of money.
All told, it was $12,000 for me because I also had to get my breaker up.
Need to market the Red Cow logo. Skooks will love it. Yeah. Steve Gillis is from our town. He's, in fact, just down the street. And although we had never met until a beach association meeting not too long ago. But the term skook, which he's referring to there, is it almost sounds like a racial slur, but it's not. It refers to wealthy sort of vacationers that hang out all summer in our town and, clog up the roads.
Rated to 200 amp service.
I was only 100 amp, folks.
Oh, yeah.
I had to get my break $1,000 for me because I also had to get upgraded to my breaker upgraded to 200 amp service. I was only 100 amp, folks.
Only 100 amp, Frankie. That's not enough power for anything.
100 amp, folks. The Portuguese man told me the Portuguese man told me I could now get an in-ground pool.
You gonna get yourself an in-ground pool?
No.
Pools suck.
Pools suck.
To be clear, pools do not suck. Pools are really fun, but the maintenance is just way too much. And yeah, I mean, look, the AC that I got installed was pretty expensive, but when you consider any investment based on there's almost no maintenance with those things, and the value is so high, and it's sort of like a one-time thing. It just makes a lot of sense.
Pools work.
Nina's family used to have an in-ground pool, and it was
Did
just
you
the
enjoy
worst.
having it? Just being able to run out and kind of swim whenever you like?
Yeah, I mean, I hesitate to say yes. Because you weren't able to do it whenever you'd like. You had to sort of get it prepped for parties.
Yeah.
And then
Just being able to run out and kind of...
Family used to have an in-ground pool. And,
Pools
work. Nina's family used to have an in-ground pool. And, it was just the worst.
Did you enjoy having it? Just being able to...
They used to have an in-ground pool. And, I hesitate to say yes. Because you weren't able to do it whenever you'd like. You had to sort of get it prepped for parties.
Yeah.
And then the party guests loved it.
Oh, sure.
But Nina didn't.
A lot of that.
Everything falls onto the woman.
Yeah. Even today, this is the first time we've been shooting since your beautiful daughter has been born.
This is the first time we've been shooting since...
Molly just said, pools do not suck. Grandpa has a pool. I love it. I love pools too. It's just... My guess is that Molly's not doing all the chemical treatment and the skimming and the covering and the uncovering and the glazing,
Your beautiful daughter has been born.
That's right. And we thought she was maybe even going to come.
Yeah.
But no.
No.
I mean, she's only a week and a half, or just 2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks tomorrow.
Just 2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks tomorrow.
Yeah.
we'll timestamp that here.
Yeah, you can cut it out if you want.
That's fine. But she, they have late nights.
Yeah.
And we start early on BoxMac.
We do.
We gotta capture the morning energy. At least for me. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
And these they have late night. They have late nights.
Yeah.
And we start early. They have late nights.
Yeah.
And we start.
So I can already tell this is going to be a long episode.
And we start early on BoxMac.
We do.
On BoxMac.
We do.
People throw perspective out the window with pools. I doubt many people use their pool every day, yet they use AC daily. Yeah, that's an excellent point.
We do.
We gotta capture the morning energy. At least for me.
We gotta capture the morning energy. At least for me. I don't know about you. Are you a morning person? Would you say, or a night person?
I feel like I work all day until I go to sleep.
Aw.
You don't feel like
I definitely have way more energy in the morning, and then it way goes down in the afternoon, and at night I'm real. No, I don't think I have.
more energy in the morning. I definitely have way more energy in the morning, and then it way goes down in the afternoon, and at night I'm real.
No, I don't.
Calm.
I don't think I have. I don't think that's my experience.
It way goes down.
I don't think that's my experience.
Okay.
I think I wake up and I go, oh God, the things I need to do. And I start doing them.
And then I go to work and I work all day.
Yep.
And then I start editing.
Works hard for the money, folks.
Yeah, I work hard for it, honey. And then I edit on the bus, and then when I get home, I continue editing some more, and then I go to sleep and I start all over the next day.
Yeah.
Like the energy doesn't quite ever waver. Although, I could probably test that theory by, like, at what times a day am I most able to work out?
Yeah.
That would be a good.
Well, you usually work out in the morning.
The answer would be the morning, yeah.
I mean, some people, I've talked to people, and they are, like, dead in the morning. Like, they can barely function.
They're like dead. Talk to people. I've talked to people, and they are like dead in the morning. Like they can barely function.
Well, I think that they're losers. Losers.
It's probably half our audience you just called losers. Ah, come on, you're grown-ups now.
Oh, losers.
Come on, you're grown-ups now. Come on, you're grown-ups now.
Bill Boots asked anyone going to Comic-Con? Like, is in San Diego Comic-Con? That'd be, yeah. Anybody going?
Half our audience isn't grown-ups. That's true. There's like 8th graders from the U.
Half of our audience isn't grown-ups.
That's true. There's like 8th graders from the UK.
Yes.
Oh my God! If we call that kid out, his head's gonna blow.
Lewis, what was his last name? I remember.
Back in the cell. He talks to me on Instagram.
He sent me an email. I replied to him. He was
on Instagram.
He sent me an email. I replied to him.
He was desperate to get called out on the show, and now it's happening.
Yes.
Holy
so
crap.
hello, Lewis. Thank you for.
Oh, now it's happening.
Yes.
Holy
so
crap.
Hello, Lewis. Thank you for writing in. I hope you're having a lovely UK Mac day.
Oh, he just splood.
That's inappropriate.
Splood.
Hey, Freddie. Frankie, the podcast about the pregnancy and birth was fantastic. Thank you for that. For sharing such a private journey. It was dramatic and touching. Thank you, dude. That's so nice. Yeah, I mean, it was as much for you guys, if you were interested, as it was for us, I guess. When we were going through all the pregnancy stuff, like, I had so many questions about my mom's experience. It was something we never even talked about as a family. Like, I didn't even know if I was breastfed or not until, like, a couple of weeks ago. So I thought, just for the sake of our daughter, because, like, I'll go back to old DVD commentary tracks that we did for old movies, and I'm like, some of the little details I had just forgotten. And then as soon as you hear them again, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that now. So it's this like stressful, paranoid thing where I'm just recording all these details whenever I have a major life event so that I don't lose it. I was going to photograph at Rhode Island Comic Con, but that fell through. Freddie says, I'll be at Comic Con. My new series will be announced there, plus some signings at DC and for the Turtles. That's awesome, man. I want to. One of these. Please come back to Rhode Island, because I'd love to. Maybe we could like grab lunch or something and meet up. That'd be really fun.
Can't put that in the show. I'll get his. Well, I answered.
Oh, he just splood.
put that in the show. I'll get his. Well, on Instagram he's Lewis loves Eurovision.
On Instagram he's Lewis loves Eurovision.
Ah, well, Eurovision's a very popular song contest that we, as Americans, have almost no understanding of.
What the hell is it?
Every year, have almost no understanding of.
What the hell is it?
Every year.
What is it? Every year, I think it's every year, every few years, and this is a really American perspective on 2 years, and this American perspective
On this whole thing.
a bunch of countries send their favorite.
Or best singer to perform, and then they vote and elect one as like the best of Europe 2000 whatever.
And that's it. And Eurovision is a big deal in 2000 whatever. In Europe, in here it's who cares?
Okay.
Eurovision is a big deal, and Eurovision is a big deal in Europe. In here it's who cares?
Will you or any of the Red Cap group be at Baltimore Comic Con or New York Comic Con? I'll be doing those this year as well. I might come out. I hadn't planned to, especially with the kid and all, but that could be fun. SqueeTube says, totally agree. The podcast was a huge insight into the craziness of childbirth. That's awesome. That's exactly what we wanted it to be because, like John O'Brien, for instance, was commenting on Facebook a lot because it was clear that he had been through it before, and so he either kind of knew what we had been through or, it was all sort of old hat to him. But there's a lot of people it's not old hat to, and I thought, while the memories were all still fresh, get them down.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know that.
These Macs are cooking fast
Well, I hear a crying baby. Do you guys hear a crying baby?
because they're half-size pouch.
Perhaps I'll even take her for a second. This is my kid. Say hello, kid. Say hello to the people. The people. Can I see your cute little face? What do you think? Do we guys look alike? What do you think, Dean? Do we look alike? Does anyone have any questions for Gloria? I feel like you can't see her that well. Circle of bear. Oh, it's so sad. Okay, I think that's enough public time. Oh, I think it's time for a change. All right, that's the kid. That's her.
Who cares?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know that. These Macs are cooking fast because they're half-size pouch.
These Macs.
Yeah, sorry you couldn't see her that well. The light in here kind of blows. Mostly because of, this little... Maybe that improves things some. Hopefully.
These Macs are cooking fast
Because they're half-size pouch.
I don't even know what I wanted to say.
House size.
I don't even know what I wanted to say.
Pots? I'm gonna go with.
But they're not half-size pots. They're full-size pots.
Full-size pots.
Size pots.
Full-size pots. Look! That's 5 or 5.
I haven't had any mac today. You gotta take it easy.
I know.
I haven't had any mac today. You gotta...
It's already 8:44 a.m. It's already...
Allison Dale says, "Hi, Daddy." Well, hello.
It's already 8:44 a.m. and he's had no Mac. No Mac.
House is steamy.
I told you it would be.
Steamy house.
How's this lens doing?
This part, I think it's important.
Foggy.
Oh, it's foggy.
Allison wants to know, is this video coming out today? No, hell no. This video is coming out many weeks from now.
What do we do? What do we do?
Static shot that one.
What do we do?
Static shot that one. Turn on the fan and stand away from it.
Turn on the fan and stand away from it. Stand away from it.
John says, Molly never cried, she screamed, and it would transform through a crescendo into this chipmunk sounding tittering sound. Yeah, so far I'm lucky. Gloria hasn't, you know, when she cries, of course, you want to attend to her, and it's loud, and, you know, it's not super pleasant or anything, but she hasn't had, like, any real freakouts yet, I'm thankful to say. She just sort of wants to be, you know. Freddie says, recently rewatched the full playlist of 180-ish videos of BoxMac and John's Cart. Even downloaded a special Chrome plugin so I could watch in reverse order, oldest to newest. Watched them all. Holy crap, dude. That's amazing. I should probably make, like, a secondary version of, like, that same playlist in reverse order. That'd be kind of cool. But the Chrome plugin sounds kind of cool, too. You're awesome. You're obviously a dedicated and awesome fan, and it's an honor being watched by another cool artist that we admire too.
Or we can speak over the fan.
Or we could speak over the fan obnoxiously.
Projecto de Mayhem says, I just saw Angry Kirby at Wendy's. So A, that means that you're in the area, which is kind of cool. Hi. But 2, does that mean, what did you say? Hi? Did you recognize him? Did you call him out? Did you say, who was that girlfriend of yours on that show?
Well, it's got, I guess we don't need any audio.
See you, Steve.
Any conversation we were gonna have. All right, no, I guess I can't. I guess we just gotta. The cloud level's just gonna come down, and then. All right. I'm gonna take some executive action here.
All right.
Thank you for actually maintaining your playlist. So many channels that are so much bigger than yours seem to struggle with it. Made it a lot easier to enjoy all the content. That's really cool. I'm glad that you think that. Yeah, I mean, look, we try. It's kind of fun, like not to you know, blow myself or anything, but sorry, I get distracted right after a really weird sentence. But you know, we all have full-time jobs, and like BoxMac can't even be our whole lives, and yet, yeah, I feel like we hold ourselves to a standard that even people with millions of subscribers don't hold themselves to, and I don't know if that says more about us or less about them or more about them. I don't know, some of them, like, it's their full-time jobs to make videos, and they come out with videos, like, once every several months. Like, I don't get it. Project of Mayhem says, he was with her, I panicked and didn't say anything. Oh, dude, you should have said something. It would have been hilarious. Ben White says, if I had video skills and such, I'd make one of those stupid supercuts where it's all the episodes at the same time on top of each other. That wouldn't even be that hard to do.
All right. I'm gonna take some executive action here. Executive. All right. All right, I'm gonna take some executive.
I'll tell you one thing, man. We need, like, if you're out there, and you're not. I really, really doubt you're out there, but we need a fan who is like a whiz with video editing, like somebody who's, it's been doing it for as long as I've been doing it. Because if we have that, if we had even just one more editor who is like as devoted to the channel as the rest of us are, I could output so much more stuff on such a regular basis, and that'd be great. Practice Mayhem says, my friend was in line behind them. I was texting him, trying to get him to say, you guys should try the Mac to him.
Executive action here.
Executive action. We're going to put on... I'm going to press a button.
I'm gonna press a button on my AC remote control.
I've got the same one.
Called Powerful.
Yeah.
Control.
I've got the same one.
Called Powerful.
Yep.
Did I do that
when things are desperate?
This is a situation that calls for powerful. This is a situation that calls for powerful.
All right, powerful mode engaged. We're gonna have some cooling effects.
Engage. Powerful mode. Okay. Powerful mode engaged. We're gonna have some cooling effects. Let me tell you.
Chilling effects. Chilling. Yeah, I'm glad you brought your jacket. We'll have to see if this actually helps or not. I've never engaged powerful before. No, I've done it lots. You've done it lots of times, and you've always liked it, and I've always liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It's July 1st, and I'm glad we brought our coat. Is it? That's what it is? Oh, no, happy birthday wish. I don't think you want to do the show, but happy birthday, Gary. I mean, this will air significantly long from now. September? Yeah. I shouldn't talk about dates so much, should we? All right, let me turn this fan off. Now that we got powerful engaged. Where does it start? I don't actually know how to measure this correctly. This and the key. Well, that's an important piece of the show. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I need 1/8 of a cup, though, because it's half. We're doing half these. An 1/8 of a cup? 2 tablespoons? Yeah, 2 tablespoons of ghee and oil and everything. I'll have to do it live. So how do you know that these aren't done? I checked one just a minute ago. Alexa. You know, I got it.
Alexa.
You know, Ray, I got a cool new Amazon.
Linkage 360 says, who would win in a fight, Junt or Evil Junt? I think Evil Junt would obviously win, right? In a physical bout. I think Good Junt would just sort of like crap out and get all lazy.
A cool new
Amazon Echo device I was going to debut on the show today. Let me show it to you because it's kind of fun.
I got a cool new Amazon Echo device I was going to debut on the show today. Let me show it to you because it's kind of fun. It's going to debut on the show today. Let me show it to you.
All right, this is a cool new Amazon device called, I don't know, wand or something? Dash wand?
A wand or device called, I don't know, wand. All right, this is a cool new Amazon device called, I don't know, wand or something.
Hey Keith, what's up? I saw the going live notification popped on and say hi, but I need to go entertain the kids, and I think they want food or something. And what are the voice files are going to change it to? Del B says, have you seen the video of Trump beating up CNN? Yeah, Zach Carlisle shared that with me just this morning. Apparently he photoshopped CNN on top of Vince McMahon's face, and we're living in a crazy time.
Dash wand? And what it's supposed to do, if everything worked okay, I press the button.
I press the button.
To use this device, you first need to use your mobile phone.
It's really shaping up to be a sex toy so far.
To use this device.
It's really shaping up to be a sex toy so far. You press a button, it's called the wand. You press a button, a woman's. It's called the wand. It's called the wand. You press a button, a woman talks
what
to
it
you.
is, it's like an Echo, except you press the button and then talk to it, and you can have it in your kitchen. You hang it on like a hook, and then you just use it whenever you need it.
And it can also scan products and order them for you. Who cares about that? But, well, that's actually probably where all the value is. That's where, well, I mean, it's all where all the Amazon wants the ultimate value to be. Because I would think that
Well, that's actually
Probably where all the value is. That's,
order them for you.
Who cares about that? But
well, that's actually.
And it could also scan products and order them. And it could also scan products and order them for you. Who cares about that?
value is.
That's where, well, I mean, it's all where all the Amazon wants the Ulta value to be.
Because I would think that like the value of an Alexa is to keep your hands free.
That's
like the value of an
right.
and just talk to your kitchen.
That's right, and you can't. You have to
An Alexa, like the value of
the value to be.
because I would think that
The value to be.
because I would think that like the value of I would think that like the value of an Alexa. I would think that the value of an Alexa. I would think that the value of an Alexa
Is to keep your hands free. That's right, and just talk to your kitchen. That's right, and you can't. You have to. But you have to set it up with your mobile phone. And because I'm an old fogey, I don't update my iOS on my phone. How behind are
we?
An old fogey. I don't update my iOS.
Is to keep your hands free.
That's right.
Your kitchen.
But you have to set it up. But you have to set it up with your mobile phone. And because I'm an old phone, my iOS. But you have to set it up. I don't update my iOS on my phone.
How behind are we at this point? How behind are we at this point?
It's even like it's probably it's single digit. I know that. Really?
It's single digit. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, it's not 10.
Any plans for a Junt outdoor winter moth episode? Let me tell you. Let me show you a little something. Here's an unedited.
Number of the buds coming, and there's one full flower, and it's actually pretty. It's a nice orange lily. Kind of a nice thing. I don't know how well it's going to do in the long term.
So the answer is yes. There's a major summer update. Freddie said, I was feeling bad for Mike on that Echo Alexa situation where he didn't know how to use it, poor guy. Yeah. He, that or, yeah, he was, like, high or something. I don't know.
I can tell you this. I'm grateful for iOS updates. Yeah.
I'm grateful for iOS updates.
Yeah, why?
Because in my field of IT, we're grateful for iOS updates.
Yeah.
iOS updates have culturalized. iOS updates have culturalized the idea
of a rolling upgrade.
Right.
That's actually a positive thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because otherwise, like before, it was like I'm staying
And with XP
until I die.
until the day I die.
How often do companies try to get you to shill their Macs? It's never happened. It's never happened. The only time it happened was, and it's, you know, it was just Mac and Jesus, the limited run Mac. That was the only time. Which we were more than happy to do because it was so funny.
Positive thing.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, like before, it was like I'm staying with XP until I die. Until the day I die. And then yeah, right, exactly. But, yeah, ransomware right up my ass. See, the thing is, I've had this experience with Apple devices in the past where you update the iOS and everything incrementally gets slower and slower.
The thing is, I've had.
My ass.
See, the thing is, I've had this experience with Apple devices in the past where you update the iOS and everything incrementally gets slower and slower.
That's right. Until you have to buy a new.
Yeah, until you have to buy a new phone. Incrementally gets slower and slower.
That's right.
It's somewhat new features, and I think it's you have to buy a new phone. Yeah, and just.
Belle, do you not like the Mac and Cheese's cheese?
Until you have to buy a new phone, and I think it's somewhat new features, but it's also somewhat intentional on their part.
That's why they've started this whole like you should basically.
And I think it's until you have to buy a new phone.
This whole like you should basically
Just always finance your phone, and then you can turn it in at any time. And
It's kind of the car leasing argument too.
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah. Which
I don't want them putting liens against my phone.
My solution is just to not update it. I'll just pretend it's the golden times. However, you need a phone to activate this.
Oh yeah,
device.
that I forgot.
Solution is just the
leans against my phone.
my solution is just just to not update it.
I'll just, pretend it's the olden times. However, you need a phone to activate this
Oh, yeah,
device.
that, I forgot.
And you need the Amazon app, which can't work with my version of iOS. So you know what this is good for?
That's what it's good for. Version of iOS. So you know what this is good for? That's what it's good for.
Whatever her initial speech.
That's all
What she can do. I tried to do it on my Android tablet because it didn't work, so I'm just screwed. That's all there is to it.
It didn't work.
Speeches.
That's all that she could do. I tried to do it on my Android tablet because it didn't work, so I'm just screwed.
That's all there is to it.
This
Hardly anything in this pot. Why is only this one overboiling?
Thing in this pot.
That makes no sense, Frankie.
aren't those burners different?
Yeah, they are.
Bell Boots, I see you everywhere. I think on Reddit and certainly on YouTube. But are we Facebook buddies, or are you on Facebook? Linkage says, ever try Crunchy Mac? Sometimes I make the cheese sauce, but don't cook the noodles, especially with shaved pasta. No, I've never done that.
Like, I've never used a stove before. This is all new ideas to me. All right. Are we done yet?
Okay, we're done. Let's turn off.
Okay, we're done. Okay.
I
Okay,
think my goal is to get through the first pass, and then we can all watch it together. How's that sound?
we're done. We're done.
Let's turn all these off. Start straightening out. Whoa, that's hot. Oh, probably because it's sitting above the. Yeah.
Whoa, that's Whoa, that's hot.
Oh, probably because it's sitting above the. Yeah, it's sitting above the.
We didn't keep our pot. We didn't keep our pot handles turned to the proper position.
Okay. Yes, keep your pot handles turned in.
Was it by the America's Most Wanted guy? I don't think so.
I'm a big fan of RCE. Very grateful for all the time and effort you put into original work. Thank you. It's super awesome of you to follow us and to be such a big fan. I only know you by your avatar. Like, sometimes I know somebody by their avatar, and then I know them by their real name outside of social media, and then I realize that they're the same person. I didn't know if you were one of those people.
Was it?
Or would I only know you as Bell Boots?
Was it?
Oh, yes. Was it be cool about fire safety? No, I'll link it to you. You can put a clip here. It was a quintessential 80s PSA about pot safety. For some reason, everybody was on a big pot safety binge. Wow.
Clip here. I'll link it to you. You can put a clip here. It was a quick here. It was a quintessential 80s PSA about pot safety. For some reason, everybody was on a big pot safety binge.
Wow. One kid.
For some reason, everybody was safety. For some reason, everybody was on a big pot safety binge.
Wow.
It was a quintessential 80s PSA about pot safety. For some reason, everybody was on a big pot safety binge.
Wow. One kid must have gotten hurt. Yeah.
Pot safety. For some reason, I bet
Someone did, and
They probably died tragically. Like Beavis and Butthead told them to.
Like Beavis and Butthead. Like Beavis and Butthead told them.
I'd love to see an episode of Drunk Mac one day. I don't think you're going to see it. Neither John or I drink.
To. And Butthead told them to.
Turn his pot handle. Frankie, could you put this and a cheese packet in the first Mac there? All right.
Yeah, we have to start getting kind of real about. about this.
About BoxMac? Well, I don't want to confuse what went where. That can go in the medium pot. I understand, but which one is this? The Kerrygold? Yes, and we should actually write this down. That's what I'm trying to say. You're right. I was just gonna go all willy-nilly because all the boxes are the same. Kerrygold. Here, put a cheese. You got a milk and a cheese sauce packet.
Where are we supposed to write them down? Just on any paper? Maybe on your phone? Modern note taking device. Oh yeah, a modern phone. Yeah. Mine's all up to date, and the Notes app will work. Will work? It will work. Okay. It still launches. That's a good thing. This really shouldn't be over the heat anymore. It shouldn't be over the heat anymore.
This really shouldn't.
Scott Moragu, did you just donate $10 to us through this cool live chat thing? If so, that was really awesome of you. I didn't even know that could be done. But thank you so much. We'll put it to excellent Red Cow Entertainment content.
This really shouldn't be over the heat anymore.
It shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be over the heat anymore.
Are you and Junk Junk? Are you and Junk both teetotal? Yeah, we don't drink. I don't do anything. I've never smoked. I've never done anything. John, I don't think is quite as strict as I am, but he doesn't really drink ever.
You should take them off the heat.
Heat right now.
You should take them off the heat right now.
They shouldn't be over the heat anymore.
Wait, I gotta take notes. Okay.
So medium pot is Kerrygold.
I just can't use it. And then which one goes next?
The small pot, tiny pot. Tiny pot is going to be tiny black pot. The sour cream.
In every episode, this is the stuff that gets cut out the most.
There's like a silver pot.
The logistics of serving all the Mac.
Blend pot.
And
And you can start stirring that one, Frankie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we got I'm putting 2 tablespoons of sour cream approximately in.
It's weird to do half portions.
Isn't it?
Tiny. It's just a little bit of that.
Tiny. It's just a little bit of Mac.
Probably the amount of Mac you should eat. Yeah, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice to have
The amount of Mac you should. Probably the amount of Mac you should eat.
Shouldn't be over the heat anymore.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice to have half boxes available at your retail location?
Wouldn't it be kind of? I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice to have half boxes available at your retail location?
Well, no, because then you'd go through the same amount of work for one box to have half.
Yeah, but you don't
work for one box.
Being a big man myself, I like that Junk makes the most of the big man life. Well, yeah. You know, we've all got something about us that makes us different or weird or not quite the same as everybody else. Or John's weight is one of those things that he carries, and he's at any given time he does a little better with it, does a little worse with it, but he has no delusions about his size. But at the same time, I don't like it when what I like about you guys is that you were able to get past it and enjoy the show and enjoy John. And I hate it when somebody can't even watch the show because they're like, oh my god, that guy's fat and he shouldn't eat mac and cheese. It's kind of ridiculous. Are boxes of Mac a tax write-off for you guys yet? If we were an LLC, it'd be pretty easy to do that. Yeah. Although we don't normally buy most of the Mac, we cook Mac that people send in. But we haven't established ourselves as an LLC. Blind taste tests work well with these comparison episodes. It would be cool to see if anyone off camera could taste the difference. We didn't end up doing a blind taste test in this case, but
Yeah, but you only really need that much Mac.
Because we wanted to be able to compare them side by
for
side.
your meal.
Yeah, but you only really need that much Mac for your meal.
right, which I definitely don't. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna make a whole box and then just eat it. You can stir that one next when you get to it, Frankie. Just push it some butter.
Zach finds himself talking to me a lot in these shows, even though he's not mic'd. But then I end up having like these sort of conversations with Zach.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Johnny! John's in the chat.
That's the only way I'll be able to get any value for this thing.
Pause, Banter.
It's paused.
And resume. Banter is resumed.
Do I have to keep that? All right, so the sour cream is in that one. Yeah. And
All right, so the sour cream is in that one.
Yeah, and look, it's white as a result.
and I'm getting the ghee ready here. It's totally ghee.
And I'm getting the ghee ready. And I'm getting the ghee ready here.
It's totally gay. It's totally gay.
Totally ghee. There was a kid I went to school with.
That I think was in your grade.
Or maybe 1 year younger. His name was Eric Gay.
Your grade. Kid, I went to. There was a kid I went to school with that I think was in your grade, or maybe 1 year younger. His name was Eric Gay.
Yes.
And Eric Gay.
Yes.
And
first of all, he was like a big buff dude, and I think he'd have to be.
big buff. Well, first of all, he was like a big buff dude, and I think he'd have to be. He was like a big buff dude, and I think he'd have to be. Dude. I think he'd have to be. Like, your last name's Gay.
So the ghee melts beautifully. It turns basically right into a butter oil as soon as I'm putting it into the pot.
I gotta say, the sour cream.
The ghee melts beautifully. It turns basically right into a butter oil as soon as I'm putting it into the pot.
Squeeze says it's delightful and made me realize I have absolutely no idea how video editing works. So that's kind of fun.
I gotta say, the sour cream smells really nice.
Yeah.
A little like.
I gotta say, the sour cream smells really nice.
Yeah.
It really did, too.
A little extra.
That one might be really good. Okay, could you stir that one for us? And then I'm just taking care of the oil one, which is our last.
Keith, what are you hee-heeing about? Is it Eric Gay by any chance?
This one is.
That's the ghee. So big pot is ghee.
The big ghee.
That one
might be really good. Okay, could you stir that one for us? And then I'm just taking care of the oil one, which is our last. This one is.
That's the ghee. So big pot is ghee.
The big ghee pot. The big ghee pot.
Okay, let's move this to the side so I can work on this pot a little bit.
All right, fine, John. Well, anyway, I went to a play once.
All right, fine, John. Well, anyway, I went to a play.
Beautifully. It turns basically right into.
I went to a play once of a rival once of a rival film kid.
And I was kind of like I was a freshman. And
Oh, thanks, Freddie. Freddie says, you're quite good at editing in a way that favors everyone in the group dynamic instead of favoring yourself above the rest of the group. Yeah, I mean, it's, I think we all know that, John is integral. Oh, it's EJ. You have no audio. The rest of them have audio. Get your audio life in order, EJ.
Of a rival
film kid. And I was kind of like, I was a freshman, and I was kind of...
And film kid. I was a freshman, and I was kind of riffing on it. Probably way too loudly.
And Eric Gay was sitting behind me, and he goes...
and Eric Gay was sitting behind me, and he goes, "Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna kick your fucking ass." And I was recording it, and I have that audio clip somewhere in my library.
Well, I can't wait to dig that up, because I definitely have it somewhere. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
He also once.
I'm gonna kick your fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
He also wants to like insult me and my friends. He called us slapjack. He's like,
He also wants to like insult me and my friends. He called us slapjack. He's like, "Get over here, slapjack."
I don't know what that means. We didn't know either.
Get over here, slapjack.
I don't know what that means. What is that?
We didn't know either.
To this day, we don't really understand what he was talking about. Slapjack. Yeah, no, that's where it came from.
Slapjack. Yeah. Yeah, though that's where it came from.
I never knew the origin of that particular line.
I completely forgot about that.
What we're referring to is we made a movie, I Need to Lose 10 Pounds, and one of the characters calls another character slapjack, and it's not explained in the movie. And not even John knew why that line was there, and there it is.
Yeah.
That's so funny. All right, so I got my oil Mac here.
John hasn't watched the 4th of July episode yet. He has not seen it, so you can all tell him what you thought.
It's looking a little different, but not too much. Okay, let's clear the field. Clear the floor.
Watch. Let's clear the. Okay. Okay. Let's clear the field.
Clear the floor and get a bunch of plates and start serving. The lens is unthemed. We don't really need these boxes here, but I'm doing it anyway. Unless they need to be like labeled. And you did note that we know what ones are where. All right, so this one is the Kerrigold. Yeah. I'm gonna keep these straight though. We'll do it. No. Okay, it's gonna be in order that I took notes on my phone. All right. So you took small pot next. Yeah.
I'm watching a wonderful silent movie of Frankie editing.
I'm especially excited for the sour cream. I think that's gonna be great, to be honest with you.
It's called headphones, AJ. I'm sure Ashley's Macs were delicious, but I wouldn't touch Mac with corn in it. And you would perhaps be right. Hey, look at this. This just in. Hang with me for a second. So Ashley got married yesterday, which is super cool. On the topic of Ashley, but she also helped feature us in a neat little magazine, and she just sent me the link to it, and so for the first time we get to see it. I'll encourage her to come say hello, and I will link you guys to this. The headline is "These guys love mac and cheese more than you do." It's very got that kind of BuzzFeed thing, right? Okay, yeah, it's totally it's a transcription from a video that we took.
We want to leave some for the fish. I mean, there's gonna be more mac.
All right, Ashley can't join us at the moment because she's doing post-wedding stuff.
For the fish.
To be honest with you.
We don't want to. We want to leave some for the. We want to leave some for the fish.
I mean, there's going to be more Mac. Mac.
Leave some for the fish, dude.
Oh my god, that's my father used to say. I think my mother or father used to say that.
That's my father used to.
Some for the fish, dude. Leave some for the fish, dude.
Oh my god, that's my father used to say. I think my mother or father used to say that. That's. Oh my god, that. I think my mother. I think.
Any jokes that have had to be cut from episodes for being too spicy? Yeah, it does happen. It does happen. Or we reveal a political leaning, perhaps, and we try to kind of cut those out because that's not the point of cooking mac and cheese. Corn and even peas tend to feature in a lot of cheesy pastas. I think the corn adds a nice texture, peas not so much. Yeah, I didn't think so at first, but I was persuaded. Hey, EJ, I went to Hy-Vee today and they had a smoker outside and we're selling full racks of ribs for $10. I bought one, ate one, and thought of you. That's nice. That link, you're getting a 404, Johnny? A 404, Johnny? John, I linked it in Slack. Can you try linking it again in the chat?
I think my mother or
Father
father
used to say that.
It was a standby.
If you were drinking,
He used to say that. It was a standby.
if you were,
Oh, it works for Ben, so John just is failing at technology. Again.
if you were drinking water, lots of water.
Yes, in the sea. Yes, in the sea.
Yeah, get off the bubble. Specifically.
Yeah, get off the bubble. Yeah. Get off the bubble.
Specifically at the beach. Specifically at the beach.
That's where it was always applied for me. Oh, really? Like if I was struggling and got water.
Oh, really? Really?
Like if I was struggling and got water in my mouth, like coughing, name some of the fish.
It sounds like the kid is dying.
It sounds like the kid is dying. And they're like making jokes?
Yeah, it's super hard.
Bell says, EJ, I recommend taste testing in Texas before buying a smoker. They have strong opinions and know whereof they speak. It's true. I've been to Austin and I went to, I saw some barbecue pits at a renowned barbecue place. And you can see that in our Having Fun Up There Austin video blog. And man, that barbecue was delicious. It's so steamy, it's confused my microwave, says the man in a chef outfit as he frantically tries to turn on the fan above his stove to no avail.
You need large pot. You already get that's silver pot. Silver pot. It's macaroni time in July. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be a good combination. I know you are. It's all free cheese, so it can't go that badly. And there's none in here that are like clearly disgusting. No, there's some color differences. So the sour cream one's clearly lighter. That's about it. Right? Yeah. So
Some color differences, though. There is some color differences, though. The sour cream one's clearly lighter.
That's about it.
right. Yeah. So when you do your thing, I'm gonna point them out.
This one.
This is Kerrygold. This is Kerrygold.
Yep.
This is sour cream.
Sour cream. Sour cream.
This here.
Here is
Ghee. Ghee.
ghee butter.
Ghee butter.
That one's oil. And this here is oil.
This here
Hmm?
this here is oil.
Save some for the fish.
Save some for the fish.
there's oil for the face. Right, here's your inaugural fork. Let's start with which one, Frankie? I guess left to right, yeah. Well, yeah, okay, sure. Kerrygold.
Okay, sure.
Kerrygold reference Mac. Kerrygold reference Mac.
Frankie, what's the group thinking currently on BoxMac's rating? Are you aiming for PG-13-esque? Yeah, I guess so. But the outside of the episodes where we explicitly say that it's naughty, I think we'll just aim for what we've always aimed for, which is somewhere between PG and PG-13. Scott wants to know, how was the sour cream mac? It was awesome. It took it to a new level, honestly. Yeah, we replaced butter with sour cream. It was really, at least in this mac, this Walmart 3 cheese, it really kicked it up quite a bit. Keith wants to know, have you filmed the 100th episode yet? Not at all. No, we haven't. Ben asks, sure you can see the difference between the ingredients in mac, but can you see why kids love the great taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch? He's trying to be funny. And it's working. It's kind of funny.
Delicious.
Gotta have my pops, Ben.
Wicked good.
Yeah.
Wicked good. Wicked good.
Yeah.
High quality mac.
Great butter. Quality product.
Very
High quality mac. High quality mac.
John, do you use Kerrygold when you make Walmart 3 cheese?
Great butter.
Just at home?
Quality product.
very
Salty. Yeah, I think I over-salted a little bit, but I did it all consistently anyway. All right, well, it's not outrageously salty. All right. Good.
Sour cream.
Sour cream.
Sour cream.
Sour cream.
Perhaps the most interesting one. Let's see.
Getting phone calls?
It definitely tastes the sour cream.
Oh yeah, you totally can.
It's like it's
pretty good.
It's the dominant flavor.
Mhm.
It's sour cream.
Yep.
Dominant flavor.
Mhm.
The 100th episode should have some sort of fan involvement. I agree. I mean, for a couple of things I definitely want to see on the 100th. I want to see at least a hello video from everybody who's ever guested on the show or has been sort of a part of the show. I want to cook a lot of mac, one way or another. We need to have a mac and cheese cake. That was a promise that we made in like episode 13 or something, when it was a joke, the idea that we would ever get to 100. I can see it being a long episode. I could see foregoing a couple of Sundays just to spend some time making a really good 100th. That's my current thinking. Honestly, we haven't really had extensive internal discussions on this sort of thing. Everybody should ask Keith Sadek in the chat, how's he doing with the video game?
It's definitely creamier than the curry.
Frankie, you forgot the $11 of ghee. I know, I did. I guess you're just going to have to enjoy the ghee.
Kerrygold. It's definitely creamier than the Kerrygold.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I might have dialed it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
I might have dialed it down just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you could dial it down, though. Maybe use half sour cream, half butter.
It's a powerful flavor, so you don't need so much.
Yeah.
Flavor. It's a powerful flavor, so you don't need so much.
Yeah. But good. Very good.
So you don't need so much.
Yeah. But good. Very good.
I really like it's like a
It's like a different flavor for your mac. Very tasty. It's like a different flavor for your mac. Very tasty.
You have to be into the tang.
yeah. It is a high tang.
High tang. So next we have the ghee.
Next we have next we have the ghee.
Ghee butter.
Whoa,
Whoa, quite different.
Whoa.
Very different.
I don't know if I love it.
No, I don't either.
I don't know if I love it.
No, I don't either.
The butter is
Super concentrated.
It is.
The butter is the The butter is super concentrated.
It is.
I think what that is.
It is.
I think
What that is
Because when you make ghee, you
because when you make ghee, you let the water boil off and you
take out the milk fat, so all you're left with is the intense butter. I don't really care for it. And I probably should have dialed back the
I don't really care for it.
And I probably should have dialed back the amount I put in because I put in the same amount.
I'm just all I'm tasting is that extra flavor.
kind of harsh butter. Harsh.
Tasting is that. All I'm. All I'm tasting is that extra flavor.
Kind of harsh butter.
Harsh.
Yeah, like really concentrated butter.
Yeah, sure. All right, guys, you have to see Glow again. Babby. Oops, okay. It's Babby Doody time. Ever get violent threats from people like bad-mouthing their favorite Macs? Not really. Did you ever get any? Daddy get any hate mail? Death threats? Anything like that? When you check the mail, do you see anything like that come through? I hate how silhouetted it is. I'm sorry about that, guys. Oh, say hello to Keith. Say hello to Keith. Do you want to take a look at the cut and see what you think? Let me know what you think. Maybe tighten it, maybe loosen it. Change it. Boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew. Boil it, mash it, stick it in a stew. Do we call her Glowbug? I don't know if we have, but definitely a Glowworm. Right? Ah, she's just a worm. Just a bit of a worm. We're currently allowing Mommy to go to the bathroom. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Do you need to go to the bathroom? New baby smell. No, it's true, man. She smells so good. Not even lying. Like, her breath smells awesome. It smells like cookies or something. It smells like love. It smells like a lovey baby. Boo. Boo. Bless you. Bless you. Let's see. You want to see if we can edit with one hand, like a negligent father?
Harsh.
Yeah.
Like really concentrated butter. Yeah, it's not like it's weird. It's weird. I don't know if I like my butter clarified. No, I don't think so.
Butter clear. I don't know if I like. I don't know.
Oh, you're so good on editing, huh?
Butter.
I don't know if I like my butter clarified.
No, I don't think so. I should have used the less probably, but it still would have been really strong. It just would have been.
I don't know if I like my butter clarified.
No, I don't think so.
I should have used the less probably, but it still would have been really strong.
Alright, say goodbye to the baby. Must feel some kind of way to be a full-grown adult with an offspring. Yeah, I suppose it does. Thank you, love. Say goodbye to Gloria.
I think so. I should have used the less probably, but it still would have been really strong. It just would have been.
It's a strong flavor.
Yeah.
And it's not really for me.
Strong flavor. It's a strong flavor.
Yeah.
And it's not really for me.
No, I don't think so. All right, now the oil, which is our
Budget bin.
Budget pound.
Now the oil.
Scott asks, is she sleeping a lot at night? She did last night after being up for a really long time during the day yesterday. So hopefully the tides are turning. 'Cause we definitely had a couple of rough nights.
Now the oil, which is our budget bin.
budget pound. Ew. No way. No. It ruined.
Ew. No way.
Wow. It ruined 3 cheese. Yeah.
Ruined. It ruined 3 cheese.
Yeah, it did. Oh,
It's real bad. It's real bad.
What the hell does that taste like? Canolas. Which is the canola.
What does that taste? What the hell does that taste like? Canolas.
Which is the canola we use.
One fun thing is when I'm editing and Nina can overhear it and she laughs at the various things she hears come out of the computer.
Great scene. I mean, you so rarely ever eat corn oil kind of directly that. Well, back to the baseline. Yeah, don't use vegetable oil.
don't use vegetable oil. If I had one takeaway from this show,
Ew.
don't use vegetable
That
oil.
was.
Don't use vegetable oil.
If I had one
Enjoy your nap, Johnny.
Takeaway from this show,
ew, don't use vegetable oil. That was gross. I'm glad we did the half pots because no one's gonna eat that crap.
we did that. I'm glad we did that.
I think the sour cream was really cool.
I think the sour cream was really cool. I liked it a lot. The ghee, no, I don't think so.
Much
Ado about nothing. That's right.
We used.
ado about nothing.
That's right.
We used almost $2.50 a ghee, and now what do we do with all of it? I don't know. Throw it right in the trash.
We used almost $2.50 a ghee.
And now what do we do with all of it?
I don't know.
Throw it right in the trash.
Right in the garbage.
So check out the sour cream, and of course I love Kerrygold.
So check out the sour cream, and of course I love Kerrygold. And next time we're going to check out milk replacements, including sour cream for the milk, which I think is going to be great.
We're going to be back in the.
Ew, breast milk substitute? Gross.
For the milk, which I think is going to
That would have been interesting, though. Or that disgusting smelling formula.
be, including sour cream for the milk, which I think is going to be great.
We're going to be back in the lab next week.
Back in the lab next week. See you next time on BoxMac. BoxMac.
So there it is, guys. That's we got to the end, which is pretty cool. So now we're gonna collapse everything. Can you hear the sounds of my baby going like? Is that picking up on the laptop at all? That'd be kind of fun. All right, so you remember I said that these episodes that are a raw, like when the raw footage is around 37 minutes, like it was, they edit out to be about somewhere between 11 minutes and 16 minutes. Well, here we are. It looks like the rough cut is 13:41. It'll be longer with the intro and outro, but that's, it'll be somewhere in the 14-minute range. Are you guys ready? Do you want to see the cut as it currently stands? Are you excited? Are you pumped? Let's watch it. Let's take a look. Let's watch a little BoxMac.
Frankie, we're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
Junt Labs.
Junt Labs.
There's a certain kind of episode we do sometimes.
Yes.
More experimentation.
These are, in fact, my favorite episodes.
I consider them Sunday premium content.
Sunday Premium, Sunday Plus Plus.
It's kind of like a narrative TV where they get an order for 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And there's a certain budget for the whole season.
Yeah,
Those
episode 7 is really like,
Yeah.
it costs as much as 4 of the other ones.
The cost is the same. It's free.
It's free.
Today you're getting Sunday Plus.
That's right.
This is part 1 of a 2-parter.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we're going to eat lots of mac in,
Yes.
in both.
So much so, Frankie, you had a suggestion early in the week. Why don't we cook half boxes? And I said, oh, no, it's too much work to divide the mac. And I did it. And today we're using a slightly different work. We're using Great Value 3 cheese, which is a rising star in my Mac life. I go to it now instead of Kraft 3 cheese.
Because it's good and cheap.
It's not that much cheaper, to be honest.
Well, why are you going to it then instead of Kraft 3
Because
cheese?
I really like the way it cooks up.
More than Kraft 3 cheese?
A little bit.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
No.
I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on this episode.
It's a pretty big deal. I think we're going to have to pit these two against each other.
Someday, maybe.
When we say butter substitutes,
Yeah.
we don't mean...
Like, I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, right.
Except in one case, but...
We're talking about what you might try to cream up your mac.
That's right.
Instead of butter.
Yeah.
And then, when I talk about a part 2,
Yep.
we're going to do the same kind of experiment, but with milk.
With milk.
Milk and butter, I think we all just have decided it's a given.
Yes.
How do we know that there isn't something better out there?
That's right.
Or that something like water instead of milk is all that much worse?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We have no idea.
Have we tried it?
No. Have you? Have you at home tried that?
They didn't try it.
No, they didn't try
They're
it.
grossed out by the concept.
That's right.
You know why? Because they belong to a cult. A cult of milk and butter.
So we've got 4 things, one of which is kind of a reference, right? We're going to have a flag in the storm. I don't know, what's the expression? You know?
The flag in the storm.
No, but we're going to do it a little better because we're going to use my favorite butter. And we've had it on the show before. This is Kerrygold, pure Irish butter. I love this butter. Whenever I make mac now, this is the butter I use.
We tried it one time on the Nudge Max episode.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, that was kind of an unfortunate situation because it wasn't a very good mac.
We were just salting poo.
Yes. Next, we got ghee. This was recommended by someone on Reddit.
Yeah.
I looked around a couple places. I couldn't find it. You went to the closest supermarket to my house.
Yeah.
Which is 4 or 5 minutes away, and you found it, no trouble.
He came back with his tail between his legs. He's like, I can't find any ghee butter. And I went to the supermarket literally next door.
We were ready to make it on the show. This 8-ounce container of ghee cost $13.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I mean, it is pure Indian Foods, 100% organic, grass-fed ghee. This is also supposedly dairy-free, because they extract it all out, and supposedly it's dairy-free enough that you can use it if you have any dairy problems.
People like it. Clarified butter.
Clarified butter. You're going to get into this argument? All right, so, I knew you were going to bring it up. Clarified butter and ghee are not quite the same thing.
Right.
Right. You don't believe me at all.
You found a distinction somewhere deep in the internet to try to win this argument.
I just Googled clarified butter BS ghee.
The number one distinction was whether or not it's caramelized.
Yeah, so you let the milk fat solids, which separate out once you melt the butter, you let them actually cook a little bit and infuse a little bit of the caramelized flavor of those dairy solids into the butter.
And yet this labeled ghee says nothing about caramelization.
It doesn't at all. In fact, I think this might just be clarified butter.
But it says ghee on it.
Ghee is supposed to be a little darker than this, to be honest. Ghee, because that's how you can tell. There's the stages of butter, right?
You
It's
just taught yourself about ghee recently.
Yes.
You didn't know what it was before that.
Yes. But
He took a night class last week on this.
on ghee.
And now he's a doctor of it.
The first stage of ghee butter is clarified butter. Basically, I mean, the whole idea of ghee is you take out the milk fat solids, but we're adding in milk, which then you're going to re-add some small amount of milk fat solids. So, all right, anyway, enough on ghee, $13 for 8 ounces. We got sour cream. I've used sour cream in mac before, and I did it on the 4th of July episode.
I'm a believer. Can you just remind me, what is sour cream?
I'm not 100% sure. It's
Yeah.
cream that they've added something to
Right.
make it kind of stabilized.
Yep.
It just says cultured cream, enzyme.
Oh, wow.
You acidify the milk, I think, a little bit. I don't know exactly. The internet can figure it out. Comment below.
Is it a yogurt-type process?
But I don't think it has any live cultures in it.
So we're going to call that one Mac Supreme. Because remember, at Taco Bell, anything that puts
Sour cream on it's a supreme.
Right.
Okay, finally, we have canola oil. Let's say things are really bad at your house. No oleo demelli in your home. You get canola oil that you have for frying your chickens or your whatevers. And I think I've done that once before when I was very young, and I never liked it. Half our standard amount of salt,
half our standard amount of salt.
because there's also half our standard amount of water.
Come to a boil fast.
Kerrygold recently introduced this stick form of their butter. Normally they put it in kind of a weird foil-wrapped 8-ounce thing, but they've got stick form, and I love the stick form. The
Right on.
measurement's right on it. Look at this, though. The tablespoon things aren't even lined up. What am I supposed to do with that?
You have to pay a little more for them to line up. I predict high steam this episode.
Hi, Steve. Should I put on the fan? The fan might interfere with the microphones? No.
It definitely did last time.
Too loud.
All right, we'll just have to get steaming.
Well, the AC is running. It's not on full blast Ola, though.
I got ACs in my house.
Yes.
Same types.
Fujitsu. I think we may have gotten the same outdoor model. I just have 3 units on mine. You have 4 on yours.
Right. I got one 12K, which I don't think you have any 12K.
We have 2 12Ks.
Oh, you do?
My father has one, and there's one right here. A lot of AC technical talk.
I set mine to dry.
Yep.
And it keeps the house nice and cool and,
Yeah.
and dehumidified.
I set mine to cool. Usually in this room I'll set it to 76. I've got it set down to 70 today because, steam and everything. Super comfortable. I love it. It was worth it.
Little PSA for the people.
Yeah.
If you don't have central air in your home,
Yeah.
and you live in a hot climate,
Yeah.
and you've been combating the heat with shitty window units your whole life,
Yeah.
you need to come up with a little bit of scratch and get these ACs because they change your life.
They are life-changing. However, they are kind of big bucks.
All told, it was $12,000 for me because I also had to get my breaker upgraded to 200 amp
Yeah.
service. I was only 100 amp, folks. The
Wow.
Portuguese man told me I could now get an in-ground pool.
Gonna get yourself an in-ground pool.
No. Pools suck. Nina's family used to have an in-ground pool. And,
Yeah. Actually, this is the first time we've been shooting since your beautiful daughter has been born.
That's right. And we thought she was maybe even going to come.
Yeah.
But no.
No. No. Just 2 weeks tomorrow.
2
right?
weeks tomorrow.
2 weeks
yeah.
tomorrow.
They have late nights.
Yeah.
And we start early on BoxMac.
We do. We gotta capture the morning energy, at least for me. I don't know about you. Are you a morning person, would you say, or a night person?
I feel like I work all day until I go to sleep.
I definitely have way more energy in the morning, and then it way goes down. I've talked to people, and they are like dead in the morning. Like they can barely function.
Well, I think that they're losers. Come on, you're grown-ups now.
Half of our audience isn't grown-ups.
That's true. There's like 8th graders from the UK.
Yes.
Oh my God! If we call that kid out, his head's gonna blow.
Lewis, what was his last name? I remember.
Back in the cell.
He sent me an email. I replied to him.
He was desperate to get called out on the show, and now it's happening.
Yes. Hello, Lewis. Thank you for writing in. I hope you're having a lovely UK Mac day.
Oh, he just splooged. On Instagram, he's Lewis loves Eurovision.
Ah, well, Eurovision is a very popular song contest that we, as Americans, have almost no understanding of. A bunch of countries send their favorite or best singer to perform, and then they vote and elect one as, like, the best of Europe, 2000 whatever. Eurovision is a big deal in Europe. In here, it's, who cares? These Macs are cooking fast because they're half-size pouch. Half-size pouch. I don't even know what I wanted to say.
Pots? I'm gonna go with.
But they're not half-size pots. They're full-size pots.
Full-size pots.
Look,
Transfiber's
I
fine.
haven't had any Mac today.
It's already 8:44 a.m. and he's had no Mac.
House is steamy.
I told you it would be.
Steamy house.
How's this lens doing? Foggy.
Oh, it's foggy. What do we do?
Turn on the fan and stand away from it.
Or we can speak over the fan obnoxiously. All right, I'm going to take some executive action here. I'm going to press a button on my AC remote control called Powerful.
Yep.
This is a situation that calls for Powerful. Powerful mode engaged. We're going to have some cooling effects, let me tell you.
Alexa.
You know, Ray, I got a cool new Amazon Echo device I was going to debut on the show today. Let me show it to you. This is a cool new Amazon device called, I don't know, Wand or something. I press the button.
It's really shaping up to be a sex toy so far. It's called the Wand. You press a button, a woman talks
what
to
it
you.
is, it's like an Echo, except you press the button and then talk to it. And you can have it in your kitchen. You hang it on like a hook. And then you just use it whenever you need it. And it can also scan products and order them for you. Who cares about that?
I would think that the value of an Alexa is to keep your hands free
That's right.
and just talk to your kitchen.
That's right. And you can't. You have to... But you have to set it up with your mobile phone.
Yeah.
And because I'm an old fogey, I don't update my iOS on my phone.
How behind are we?
Single digit. I know that.
Really?
Yeah. It's not 10.
I'm grateful for iOS updates.
Yeah.
iOS updates have culturalized the idea
of a rolling upgrade.
Right.
That's actually a positive thing. See, the thing is, I've had this experience with Apple devices in the past where you update the iOS and everything incrementally gets slower and slower.
That's right.
My solution is just to not update it. I'll just, pretend it's olden times. However, you need a phone to activate this
Oh yeah,
device.
that I forgot.
And you need the Amazon app, which can't work with my version of iOS. So you know what this is good for? That's what it's good for. Okay, we're done. Whoa, that's hot.
Probably because it's sitting above the.
We didn't keep our pot handles turned to the proper position. For some reason, everybody was on a big pot safety binge.
Wow. One kid must have gotten hurt.
Yes.
Beavis and Butthead told them to.
This really shouldn't be over the heat anymore. It shouldn't be over the heat anymore. You should take them off the heat right now.
It's just a little bit of Mac. Probably the amount of Mac you should eat.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice to have half boxes available at your retail location?
Well, no, because then you'd go through the same amount of work for one box.
So the sour cream is in that one.
Wow, and it's white as a result.
And I'm getting the ghee ready here.
It's totally gay. There was a kid I went to school with that I think was in your grade, or maybe 1 year younger. His name was Eric Gay.
Yes.
First of all, he was like a big buff dude, and I think he'd have to be. I went to a play once of a rival film kid. I was a freshman, and I was kind of, riffing on it. Probably way too loudly. And Eric Gay was sitting behind me, and he goes, "Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass." And I was recording it, and I have that audio clip somewhere in my library. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. He also wants to like insult me and my friends. He called us slapjack. He's like, "Get over here, slapjack."
I don't know what that means. What is that?
We didn't know either. Yeah, though that's where it came
That's
from.
where it came from. I never knew the origin of that particular line.
I completely forgot about that.
Okay, let's clear the field.
For the fish.
I mean, there's gonna be more, Mac.
Leave some for the fish, dude.
Oh my God, I think my mother or father used to say that.
If you were drinking water, lots of water.
Yes, in the sea.
Get off the bubble.
Specifically at the beach. Like if I was struggling and got water in my mouth, like coughing, save some for the fish.
It sounds like the kid is dying and they're like making jokes.
Yeah, that's what parents do. There are some color differences though. The sour cream runs clearly lighter.
This is Kerrygold sour cream.
Ghee.
Ghee butter. And this here is oil. Save some for the fish. Wicked good.
High quality Mac, great butter, quality product.
Sour cream.
Sour cream. It definitely tastes the sour cream. It's definitely creamier than the Kerrygold.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a powerful flavor, so you don't need so much.
Yeah. But good. Very good. It's like a different flavor for your Mac. Very tasty. Next we have the ghee.
Ghee. Whoa, quite different.
Whoa.
I don't know if I love it.
No, I don't either. The butter is super concentrated.
It is. I don't really care for it.
And I probably should have dialed back the amount I put in, because I put in the same amount.
All I'm tasting is that extra flavor.
Kind of harsh butter.
I don't know if I like my butter clarified.
No, I don't think so.
It's a strong flavor.
Yeah.
And it's not really for me.
Now the oil, which is our, budget bin.
Budget barrel.
Blah. Ew.
No way. It ruined 3 cheese.
Yeah, it did. Ah. It's real bad.
What the hell does that taste like?
Canolas. Don't use vegetable oil. I think the sour cream was really cool. I liked it a lot. The ghee, no, I don't think so.
Much ado about nothing.
That's right. We used almost $2.50 a ghee.
And now what do we do with all of it?
I don't know.
Throw it right in the trash.
Right in the garbage. Check out the sour cream, and of course I love Kerrygold. And next time we're going to check out milk replacements, including sour cream for the milk, which I think is going to be great.
We're going to be back in the lab next week.
Back in the lab next week. See you next time on BoxMac.
And that's it. So, what do you guys think? You enjoy the show? You enjoy seeing how it got put together? So the next steps now, and there's probably still 2-3 hours worth of work ahead for this episode. Now I'll intercut between the wide shot and the close-up shot. I will isolate any audio where somebody's not talking and mute it so that the audio sounds a little bit better. We'll cut in the clips, like the guy who says, "Shut the fuck up, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass," which I have to go find. Intro and outro, of course. Thumbnail, got to write up a description for it. I upload to both YouTube and Dailymotion. Schedule them, put them on the website, schedule that. Color correct, like I said. Level out all of the audio. There's still quite a bit of work left. Oh, I throw in little, crossfades between all of the audio cuts so that there's no harsh cuts. Yeah. That's the process. So, there's still like 19 of you here. Should I continue, or should we call it a day? It was good. A sour cream mac as an idea sounds nasty, though. It's not. I'm telling you. It's just what you want. Nina wants to know if we tried mayo. No, we haven't. But we did try mayo in the 4th of July episode, so technically. Yeah, Ben, we do color correction. Although I don't color correct on this monitor. I'm on my laptop currently. I would color correct on my my color correction monitor.
Frankie, we're going to try out some butter stuff.
I'll throw in the intro. Show you guys what that looks like. Over the heat anymore. 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 Over the heat an We've tried sour cream, but what about whipped cream? There's a joke coming up on a future episode about whipped cream.
BoxMac!
Oh, you all know that music. That means it's Sunday.
Junt Labs.
Junt Labs. Junt.
Certain kind of.
Junt Labs.
There's a certain.
Junt Labs.
There's a certain kind of episode we do sometimes.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
More experimentation.
So that's what the intro looks like. Belle says, "Can you show us how you do the thumbnail?" Sure. That sounds kind of fun.
Carry gold.
So I think that's our still. We have to export. And for the thumbnail, you want it to pop a little bit more than even it will be in the video, right? Especially a ridiculous image like that. I'm looking for, there's a certain shade of blue. Sometimes you Google your own stuff. Del B says, really enjoyed the stream. I have to say it has been an eye-opener. I didn't realize how much work goes into a single episode. Thanks for giving us so much great content. And thank you for caring and for checking it out and for being interested and being an awesome fan. As you can see, making a good thumbnail kind of takes a little bit of thought. I'm sort of thinking out loud as I... Creamy butter font. Yeah, I think this will do. Oops. I just heard my kid go, "Wah!" You're all still here, so is this at all interesting? Jesus, are we still going? I've watched a documentary on people who think they are unicorns about to watch Unstart, and I find this is still going. Oh my effing god. Wait, should I feel shame about this, Lewis Bassendale, supposedly a huge fan? This is the stuff right here. You know, I now realize I don't remember which kind of sour cream we used, and it'd be nice to actually be accurate to what's in the show. Dean Sumner says, "Hey Frankie." Hey Dean. Great value. He always picks all of his stuff up from Walmart. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Hey Mia, what's going on? Get that tolerance, yes. I think that's the thumbnail. I think that's a good one. I would watch that video. Belle, you were the one who suggested that, so I hope you enjoyed that.
Frankie.
Oh yeah, you didn't miss the stream this time yet. In UK, no one really buys Mac, but recently Kraft have released a easy Mac with just the. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go till 5. How about that? And then we'll end the stream then. So if you want to hang around and ask questions and be friendly and watch us edit until then, that'd be cool.
We're going to try out some butter substitutes today.
Ah,
Substitutes
this is something I'm not used to.
today on BoxMac. Butter substitutes today on BoxMac. We're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
He's moving his damn face too much. Wow, even thumbnails are time consuming. Lots of care goes into every show. That's probably why I love this show. Yeah, man, it's a lot. But I appreciate you saying that. Lewis, you missed watching the final project, dude. You were off watching some stupid documentary, so no.
Frankie, we're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
But we're a little crooked here, and I think we can fix that. That's better.
Frankie, we're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac.
A live BoxMac? Yeah, well, that's been suggested before. It's kind of a fun idea. Could be fun. Maybe.
Frankie, we're going to try out some butter substitutes today on BoxMac. Mac.
So because it's in 4K and we master it in 1080, we can actually sort of jump in on stuff without losing any reds.
Substitutes today on BoxMac.
There's a little pop to it.
Jump Labs.
There's a certain kind of episode we do. There's a certain kind of episode we do sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
More experimentation.
These are, in fact, my favorite episodes.
More experimentation.
These are, in fact, my favorite episodes.
I consider them Sunday premium content.
Sunday Premium, Sunday Plus Plus. Sunday. Sunday Plus Plus.
It's kind of like a narrative
Sunday Plus Plus.
It's kind of like a
How is watching someone edit slightly less onerous than having to edit? I don't know. Is it exhausting and terrible? And
it's kind of like a
Sunday. Sunday.
BoxMac is the reason I eat mac and cheese at least 2 times a week now. It's become a problem. Oh, geez, sorry about that, man. Nice folder architecture. Thank you. I keep my shit pretty organized.
Sunday Plus Plus. Sunday Plus Plus.
It's kind of like a narrative TV where they get an order for 10 episodes.
Yeah.
And there's a certain budget for the whole season.
Yeah.
I assume, Brendan Oscar, that you are an editor. Reveal yourself.
Episodes.
Yeah.
And there's a certain budget for the whole season.
Yeah. Episode 7 is really like,
Yeah.
you know, it costs as much as 4 of the other ones. Really like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, it costs. And is really like,
Yeah.
you know, really like,
Yeah.
you know.
Lewis is saying, I'm going to go watch Junt's cart. Frankie, just do me a favor and ask Junt to reply to my reply to his reply. Lewis, I really appreciate you being a fan, but you're being a pain in the ass. Quit being a pain in the ass.
7 is really like,
Yeah.
it costs as much as 4 of the other ones.
The cost is the same. It's free.
It's free.
Today you're getting Sunday Plus.
That's right.
This is part 1 of a 2-parter.
Yeah.
And don't worry, we're gonna eat
Lots of mac in both.
So much so, Frankie. You had
A suggestion early in the week. Why don't we cook half boxes?
And I said, no, it's too much work to divide the mac. And I did it. And today we're using a slightly different way. We're using
Great value. And today we're using a slightly different word. We're using
Great Value 3 keys, which is a rising star in my Mac library.
go to it now instead of Kraft 3 cheese.
because it's good and cheap.
It's not that much cheaper, to be honest.
Well, why are you going to it then instead of Kraft 3 cheese? I really like the way it cooks up. More than Kraft 3 cheese? A little bit. Nuh-uh. Uh-huh. Nuh-uh.
Kraft 3 cheese?
A little bit.
No. No.
I'm going to do something fun. I'm going to do something stylish.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh.
Alright, that was kind of fun. Let's see how it came out. Maybe it's stupid. I don't know.
Kraft 3 cheese?
A little bit.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
I didn't want to make a big deal out of it on this episode.
It's a pretty big deal. I think we're going to have to pit these two against each other.
Someday, maybe.
When we say butter substitutes,
Yeah.
we don't mean
Like,
vegan.
I can't believe.
It's a pretty big deal. I think we're going to have to pit these two against each other.
Someday, maybe.
When we say butter substitutes,
Yeah.
we don't mean
Like, I
vegan.
can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah, right.
Except in one case, but.
We're talking about what you might try
To cream up your mac. That's right, instead of butter. Yeah.
try to cream up your mac.
That's right.
Instead of butter.
Yeah.
And then when I talk about a part 2,
Oh, thank you,
we're
Brian.
going to do the same kind of experiment but with milk.
With milk.
Milk and butter. I think
We all just have decided it's a given. Yes. How do we know that there isn't something better out there? That's right. Or that something like water instead of milk is all that much worse? Yeah. We don't know. We have no idea. Have we tried?
So here's an interesting thing. It's a little, the camera's a little bit off center, and then EJ corrects it. I'd like to see if I can do just a little bit of motion tracking to fix that.
tried it?
No. Have you? Have you?
How do we know that there isn't something better out there?
That's right.
How do we know that there isn't something better out there?
That's right.
Or that something like water and how do we know that there isn't something better out there?
That's right.
Or that something like water instead of milk is all that much worse?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We have no idea.
Have we tried it?
No. Have you? Have you at home tried
They
that?
didn't try it.
No, they didn't.
They're grossed out by the concept.
That's right.
You know why? Because they belong to a cult of milk and butter.
So we've got 4 things, one of which is kind of a reference, right? We're gonna have a flag in the storm. I don't know what the expression, you know.
The flag in the storm.
No, but we're gonna do it a little better because we're gonna use my favorite butter. And we've had it on the show before. This is Kerrygold, pure Irish butter. I love this butter. Whenever I make mac, it's butter. Whenever I make mac,
No, this is the butter I use. We tried it one time on the Nudge Mac. Yeah.
How many times a month do you film? About once a month.
and it was,
I mean, that was kind of an unfortunate situation because it wasn't a very good Mac.
We were just salting poo.
Yes. Next, we got ghee. This was recommended by someone on Reddit. Yeah, I looked around a couple places. I couldn't find it. You went to the closest supermarket to my house.
Yeah, which is like 4 or 5 minutes away, and you found it, no trouble. He came back with his tail between his legs. He's like, I can't find any ghee butter. And I went to the supermarket literally next door.
We were ready to make it on the show. This 8-ounce container of ghee.
Do you guys see how it's starting to really resemble a normal episode now?
cost
$13. Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, it is pure Indian Foods, 100% organic, grass-fed ghee. This is also supposedly dairy
free because they extract it all
all
out.
out, and supposedly it's dairy-free enough that you can use it if you have any dairy problems. People like it. Clarified butter. Clarified butter.
People like it. Clarified butter.
Clarified butter. We're getting into this argument. All right, so I knew you were going to bring it up. Clarified butter and ghee are not quite the same thing.
Right.
Right. You don't believe me at all.
You found a distinction somewhere deep in the internet. You tried to win this argument.
I just Googled clarified butter BS ghee. The number one distinction was whether or not it's caramelized. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So you let the milk fat solids, which separate out once you melt the butter, you let them actually cook a little bit and infuse a little bit of the caramelized flavor of those dairy solids into the butter. And yet this labeled ghee says nothing about caramelization.
It doesn't at all. In fact, I think this might just be clarified butter.
But it says ghee on it.
Ghee is supposed to be a little darker than this, to be honest. Because that's how you can tell. There's the stages of butter, right?
right.
You just taught yourself about ghee recently. Yes. You didn't know what it was before that. Yes. But I took a night class last week on this.
And now he's a doctor of it.
The first stage of ghee butter is clarified butter. Basically, I mean, the whole idea of ghee is you take out the milk fat solids, but we're adding in milk.
Which then you're going to re-add some small amount of milk fat solids.
Who's still in the chat? Who's still watching? Is this still interesting?
So,
All right, anyway, enough about ghee. $13 for 8 ounces.
we got sour cream.
I've used sour cream in Mac before, and like I did it on the 4th of July episode. I'm a believer. Can you just remind me, what is sour cream?
You know, I'm not 100% sure. It's cream that they've added something to make it kind of stabilize. Yep. It just says cultured cream, enzyme. Oh, wow. You acidify the milk, I think, a little bit? I don't know exactly. The internet can figure it out. Comment below. Is it a yogurt type process? But I don't think it has any live cultures in it. So we're going to call that one Mac Supreme. Because remember, at Taco Bell, anything they put sour cream on is a Supreme. Right. Okay, finally, we have canola oil. Let's see.
Things are really bad at your house. No only Demelli in your home, you get canola oil that you have for frying your chickens or your whatevers. And I think I've done that once before when I was very young, and I never liked it. Half our standard amount of salt,
Half our standard amount of salt.
because there's also half our standard amount of water.
Come to a boil fast.
butter. Kerrygold recently introduced this stick form of their butter. Normally they put it in kind of a weird foil wrapped 8-ounce thing, but they've got stick form, and I love the stick form. The measurement's right on it. Form, and I love got stick form. I love the stick form.
I'm sure you do something about that.
I love the stick form. The measurement's right on it. Look at this though. The tablespoon things. Look at this though. The tablespoon things aren't even lined up. What am I supposed to do with that?
So here's an example of John's mouth is off the camera anyway, and I'd rather see the close-up, so I can sort of unsync them.
Look at this though. The tablespoon things aren't even lined up.
No, it doesn't quite work.
Look at this though. The tablespoon. Look at this though. The tablespoon things aren't even lined up. What am I supposed to do with that?
That works quite well. You can even pop in on it a little bit more.
Tablespoon things aren't even lined up. What am I supposed to do with that?
You have to
Supposed to do with that?
you have to pay a little more for them to line up. I predict high steam this episode.
Hi, Steve. Should I put on the fan? The fan might interfere with the microphones. No.
It definitely did last time.
Fan might interfere with the microphones.
It definitely did last time. It definitely did last time.
Microphones.
It definitely did last time.
Too loud.
All right, we'll just have to get steaming.
Well, the AC is running. It's not on full blast Ola, though.
I got ACs in my house.
Yeah. Yes.
Same types.
Fujitsu. I think.
House.
Yes.
Same types.
Fujitsu.
Does Jen still regularly make the shake? Jen was considering making it myself. I have no idea. I'm feeling the pop in. I'm always feeling the pop in. What does that mean? Whatever are you referring to? It's fireworks going off in my house. You popped in on the butter for a close-up. Oh, yeah. Totally. I get it now. You said a thing that I said.
In my house.
Yes.
Same types.
Fujitsu. I think we may have gotten the same outdoor model.
I just have 3 units on mine. You have 4 on yours. Right. I got one 12K, which I don't think you have any 12K. We have 2 12K. Oh, my father has one, and there's one
Right here. A lot of AC technical talk.
I set mine to dry.
Yeah, it keeps the house nice and cool and dehumidified.
I wish I had a computer powerful enough to do these things. My PC is so old, but I love it. I'm editing on currently on a Mac from 2013 with those specs, 8 gigs of RAM, an i7 core. Yeah, not the best computer in the world. Although I'll end up rendering it on my supercomputer.
Mine to dry.
Yeah.
It keeps the house nice and cool and dehumidified. I set mine to cool. Usually in this room I'll set it to 7.
You both got ductless ACs, better than central ducted. Can they dehumidify as well? Yes, they can dehumidify. They can also heat. They have heat pumps. I'm not convinced that they're necessarily better than duct, but if you have a home that has no ducts, installing ducts is normally like double the price of these mini splits, so I think they're great.
76. I've got it set down to
70 today because, steam and everything. Super comfortable. I love it. It was
worth it.
Little PSA for the people.
Yeah.
If you don't have
if you if you
don't have central air in your home, you live in a hot climate, and you've been combating the heat with shitty window units your whole life, you need to come up with a little bit of scratch and get these ACs because they change your life. They're life changing.
Well, how do you render on a computer different than the one you edit on? Well, an editing project is just what's called an EDL, an edit decision list. It's really just a small file. If the media is on an external hard drive, then you just relink all the media on your different computer. It takes 2 seconds. Normally, it auto discovers most of it, and then you export. I mean, and what's great about Adobe Premiere is that it's compatible with Mac and Windows, so I can go back and forth between my Windows PC and my Mac at any time.
However,
They are kind of big bucks.
all told, it was
12,000 for me because I also had to get my breaker upgraded to 200 amp service. I was only 100 amp, folks.
I was only 100 amp, folks. The Portuguese man told me I could now get an in-ground pool.
You gotta get yourself an in-ground.
I could now get an in-ground pool.
You gotta get yourself an in-ground pool.
No, pools suck. Nina's.
In-ground pool.
No.
Camella88 says Frankie rules. Oh, well, thank you. Very sweet. Brendan, I'm amazed by that. You're amazed by being able to go back and forth?
Oh.
You should edit video. It sounds like you're really interested in it. Sounds like something you should give a shot.
Pools suck. Nina's family used to have an in-ground pool, and
As you can see, it's not rocket science.
Yeah. Actually, this is the first time we've been shooting since
Your beautiful daughter has been born. That's right. And we thought she was maybe even going to come. Yeah, but no. No, just 2 weeks.
Actually, this is the first time we've been shooting since your beautiful daughter has been born.
that's right. That's right.
Hmm. One moment, please. TP Games, notice me, Dad. Hi, son. I guess I was trying to reference the movie Me, You, and Everyone Else. Oh, I like that movie. Pooping back and forth. Yep. I get your reference. I think it's appropriate to cut in a cute picture of me and the kid. What do you think? Just kind of as a timestamp almost.
And we thought she was maybe even going to.
Since your beautiful daughter has been born.
That's right. And we
has been born.
That's right. We thought she was maybe even going to come.
Yeah, but no. No. Just 2 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks tomorrow.
They have late nights.
Yeah.
And we start early on BoxMac.
We do. We gotta capture the morning energy.
At least for me.
Yeah.
And we start early on BoxMac.
We do. We gotta capture the morning. Yeah.
And we start early on BoxMac.
We do. We gotta capture the morning energy. At least for me. I don't know about you. Are you a morning? I don't know about you. For me, I don't know about you. Are you? For me, I don't know about you. Are you a morning person? Would you say, or a night person?
I feel like I work all day and. Until I go to sleep.
I definitely have way more energy in the morning, and then it way goes down. I've talked to people, and they are like dead in the morning. Like they can barely function.
Well, I think that they're losers. Come on, you're grown-ups now.
Half of our audience isn't grown-ups.
That's true. There's like 8th graders from the UK.
Yes.
Oh my God! If we call that kid out, his head's gonna blow.
Lewis, what was his last name? I remember.
Beckinsale.
He sent me an email. I replied to him.
He was desperate to get called out on the show, and now it's happening.
Yes. Hello, Lewis. Thank you for writing in. I hope you're having a
Lovely UK Mac day.
Oh, he just flew on Instagram. He's Lewis loves Eurovision.
Ah, well, Eurovision.
I'm glad John knows what Eurovision is. I certainly didn't. Do you pay a monthly subscription for your Adobe products? Feel free to ignore the question. I do not pay for Adobe products.
It's Eurovision.
Ah, well, Eurovision's a very popular song contest. We, as Americans, have almost no understanding of. A bunch of countries send their favorite or best
Singer to perform, and then they vote and elect one as like the best of Europe 2000 whatever. Eurovision's a big deal in Europe. In here, it's who cares? These Macs.
I'm cooking fast because they're half-size pouch. Half-size pouch. I don't even know what I wanted to say.
Pot? I'm gonna go with half-size pots. They're full-size pots.
Full-size pots.
Look, transfiber spots.
Full-size
Pots.
Another thing is I don't like to cut between two of the same shot, basically, because it's a jump cut. Which is, in certain kind of styles, it's fine. Like Jump's Cart, there's plenty of jump cuts. But for this, because there's two cameras and because we can cut in and out, I try to avoid that. So, yeah. Ghee butter is one of your tabs. Please explain. You clearly have shown up to the stream 4 hours late. Chat, please explain to Elios Abrams what that's all about.
Full-size pots. They're full-size pots.
Full-size pots.
Look,
Transfiber spots.
I haven't had any Mac today.
It's already.
Look,
Transfiber spots.
I haven't had any Mac
Today. It's already 8:44 a.m. and he's had no Mac.
I told you it would be.
Steamy house.
How's this lens doing? Foggy.
Oh, it's foggy. What do we do?
Is that okay? You got plans for me?
What do we do?
Turn on the fan and stand away from it.
Or we can speak over the fan obnoxiously. All right, I'm going to take some executive action here. I'm going to press a button on my
I love the foggy
AC
lines. That's
remote
cracking me up.
control called Powerful.
Yep.
Control called Powerful.
Yep.
Elios, that's how it's, you know.
Yep.
This is a situation that calls for powerful.
Okay, so that's a great example of like an edit that I had no idea would be as funny as it is. Like cutting out to just
this
an
is-
empty, foggy kitchen while he goes, this is a situation that calls for powerful. Super funny. I'm going to keep it.
This is a situation that calls for powerful. Powerful mode engaged. We're going to have some cooling effects, let me tell you.
Alexa.
Tell you.
Alexa. Alexa.
You know, Ray, I got a
Cool new Amazon.
I got a cool new Amazon Echo device I was going to debut on the show today. Let me show it to you. This is a cool new Amazon device called, I don't know, Wand or something. I press the button. Let me show it to you. This is a cool new Amazon device called, I don't know, Wand or something. I press the button. It's...
Yeah, I can't explain his, Nina, did he ever explain why his microwave is above his oven? That's just that's pretty unusual, isn't it?
No, I don't have to come that kind of unit, but it is
The button.
not helpful
It's-
for him.
Yeah.
Really shaping up to be a sex toy so far. It's called the wand. You press a button, a woman talks. What it is, it's like an Echo, except you press the button and then talk to it. And you can have it in your kitchen. You hang it on like a hook, and then you just use it whenever you need it. And it can also scan products and order them for you. Who cares about that? I would think that.
I would think that the value of an Alexa is to keep your hands free
That's right.
and just talk to your kitchen.
That's right, and you can't. You have to. But you have to set it up with your mobile phone. And because I'm an old fogey, I don't update my iOS.
Yes. On my phone.
How behind are we?
Single digit. I know that.
Really?
Yeah. It's not 10.
I'm grateful for iOS updates.
Yeah.
iOS updates have culturalized the idea
of a rolling upgrade.
Right.
That's actually a positive thing. See, the thing is, I've had this experience with Apple devices in the past where you update.
How long does it take to edit your videos as average? Well, I started completely from scratch at 1:30. We're on our second pass right now. And there's probably still, I don't know, I'd say probably another hour and a half to go here, at least. So, 5 to 6 hours normally.
The iOS and
Everything incrementally gets slower and slower. That's right.
update the iOS and everything incrementally gets slower and slower.
That's right.
My solution is just to not update it. I'll just
Pretend it's old and nice. However, you need a phone to activate this. I forgot. And you need the Amazon app, which can't work with my version of iOS. So you know what this is good for?
that's
To use this device, to use your mobile. To use this device, to use your mobile phone.
that's what it's good for. Okay, we're done. Whoa, that's hot.
Probably because it's sitting above the.
We didn't keep our pot handles turned to the proper position. For some reason,
Now I gotta try to hunt down this PSA that they were talking about pot handle safety. Maybe this is it.
A message from the Shriners Hospital. You know, kids, the kitchen ain't a playground. There's a lot of danger hiding in here. That dangling cord can be a disaster. Especially if they grab hold and yank me. My cord should be up. As you said it, keep dangling cords out of reach. Delicious cookies can be a tempting treat. I should be over there. Keep goodies away from heat so kids don't get more than a treat. There's a lot of things in here.
I'm going to have to... I want the right one, so I'm going to have to ask John for the correct pot handle safety.
it was on a big pot safety binge.
Wow. One kid must have gotten hurt. Yes, Beavis and Butthead told them to.
It's really... They shouldn't be over the heat anymore. They shouldn't be over the heat anymore. They shouldn't be over the heat. Be over the heat. Heat anymore. They shouldn't be over the heat anymore. No.
It's just a little bit of mac. Probably the amount of mac you should. It's just a little you should eat.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice to have... Yeah, I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice
To have half boxes available at your retail location? Well, no, because then you'd go through the same amount of work for one box. So the sour cream is in that one? Yeah, and look.
So the sour cream is in that one? Yeah.
Oh, and look, it's white as a result.
And I'm getting the ghee ready.
Result.
And I'm getting the ghee ready here.
It's totally gay.
Here.
It's totally gay. There was a kid.
Ghee ready here.
It's totally gay. There was a kid I went to school with that I think was in your grade. There was a kid I went to school with that I think was in your grade. There was a kid I went to school with that I think was in your grade, or maybe 1 year younger. His name.
Oh, nice. John got me the doodly. Oh, it is in fact the Bugs Bunny safety commercial. I wanted to make sure I got the right one. Over the heat anymore.
A message from your Shriners Hospital. You know, kids, the kitchen ain't a playground. I handle them.
Oh, hey, Freddie. You back? Yeah, for another 5 minutes. And then I'm on dad duty after that.
There's a lot of things in scalding hot water.
I remember this one, too.
I just wait for a child to grab my handle then.
Uh-oh, a really bad brain. So to stay out of hot water, keep those pot handles clean.
those pot handles turned in.
Twenty Dean. I just wait for a child, then I kill him.
Pot handles. Keep those pot handles turned in.
A little tip: I always put anything I'm not going to color correct later on a different track so that I can not accidentally color correct those as well.
You should take them off the heat right now. This really shouldn't be over the heat anymore. It shouldn't be over the heat anymore. You should take them off the heat right now.
It's just a little bit of mac. Probably the amount of mac you should eat.
Yeah, I was
Gay?
Yes.
His name was Eric Gay.
Yes.
First of all, he was like a big buff dude, and I think he'd have to be. I think he'd have to be. I went to a play once of a rival film kid. I was a freshman, and I was kind of, riffing on it.
Probably way too loudly. And Eric Gay was sitting behind me, and he goes,
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get you a fucking ass. And I was recording it, and I have that audio clip somewhere in my library.
Fuck up. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. He also wants to insult me and my friends. He called us slapjack. He's like, "Get over here, slapjack." He's like, "Get over here, slapjack."
I don't know what that means. What is it?
We didn't know either. Yeah, though that's where it came from. Yeah, though that's where it came from.
All right, guys, it's 5 o'clock. I think it's time to wrap this thing up. But you get the idea. We have made a ton of progress on this episode, and it was super fun to answer all your questions. And I love doing these, so maybe we can do them again sometime. If you're just joining, I'm really sorry, but it's been really cool. And if you haven't seen the 4th of July episode yet, go check that out. And let's see, is there anything else coming up? There's quite a bit of stuff coming up. We have shows banked until August, so exciting. All right, catch you all later.